Yeah. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another stream. Full time. I'm your host, DH3 Fish, and today we're gonna do some stuff and things in HBM's nuclear tech mod for 1710. So let's get started. Previously we left off with very interesting thing going on, which is that we have this way of automatically producing sand and turning it into that, which needs to become an automatic way of making silicon. Also, fuck you, HBM, you're a stupid asshole for making all of the solar boilers suck now. Anyway. I have to apologize because I don't actually mean that, but it was kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie when that didn't work. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying, guys. We need some milk. God damn it, why is it working over here and not over there? What is this fucking bullshit? Mr. HBM, what is this shit? Need a barrel is what I came over here for. Came here for a barrel. The fuck? I was like, what is that thing moving? There's not supposed to be sheeps on the working area. Vitriol? Why do I need a barrel? I came here for the stuff for the fucking... for there. Not a barrel. I don't know where I got... I know where I got a barrel from. Okay, I need both. This is very interesting. I need to make sure that my actual audio capture is on. Not desktop audio capture, or is that on? Properties. Okay. Set that. Nice. Video capture device. We don't need that. I'm just making sure everything is good. That you all can see. I can see what you all see. Hell yeah. Let's get back to it with finding a barrel. Because there is a barrel hiding here. He is hiding in the most secret crevice of this place. Probably upstairs. Good. And he gave me 2 of these as well. Don't worry about it, guys. I definitely did not put 2 of these inside the barrel last episode. When I was acting like a complete idiot. Where the fuck did these gold plates come from? Dude, the server is open right now. It's been open for 24 hours. It should be open. You should be able to get on it. I'm saying that you should be able to get on there. It has been open for 24 hours. I was like, that's a flying person over there. That's a fucking flying person over there. Oh, right. This one uses a requester system and no kind of stupid bullshit system. But of course, we'll discuss how to set up a good system for this in a second. Let me go ahead and tear down all, conduct a good thing here. Okay, we're gonna conduct a good meme right now. Okay, guys, good meme. Mr. Gorbachev, third on this wall. It's a tower. And this thing too. Good job. We're doing great work. I fucking forgot to make the soundboard. I was gonna have that's a good one. I gotta start listing them out for the soundboard. I gotta include that one. I feel like that's a great one to include. It's funny. Or to me it is. Not to you. Or anybody else. My audience. No! 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 Stop! What the fuck? Stop! Stop! Fucking stop! Gordon, open my silo hatch. We're about to see some HP Greg in action. HP Greg. HP Gregification. We're gonna advance the future of HP automation, automotive. It's gonna be sick. No. If that hit fucking Soy Jack Industries, I'd be like, God damn, that's sad. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten hit yet. I think you should advertise it in the main server. I think it will give you more subs. Just ask a mod. What do you mean advertise it in the main server? You mean like on my Discord? Because oh, and I get what you mean. Main NTM server. My bad. My brain was not calculating that. Yes. You know what I can do? I actually do have the YouTube role there. I'll have to go ahead and say general. I'll have to talk to my special contact from HBM Discord or not. Whoa, that's a fucking sick base. Wait, that's a reactor. But damn, that's fucking cool. Dang. Wait, if you all, I gotta make it so you all can see what I can see, but this shit's cool. Channel called servers. Okay, this is not what I'm seeing right now, but Discord. Look at this shit. Who built this? You are very cool. What is this? What kind of PWR baloney? Huh? Is that a new talking to myself thing? Get up. It's pretty fucking neat. Pretty neat. What is this thing? A planner? Do we even have PWR planners yet? We do need a PWR planner. Why is it like Project Zomboid? You mean the orthogonic Mindshot mod? Ugh. Sorry, I'm building up a large collection of different websites and things. You all don't need to see this stuff. But this is for the future, okay? No, web browser? I was gonna type in like Florp. Oh shit, you know what you guys also need to fucking see? This shit. Look at this. Hightail modder gets actual Windows 95 OS up on Hightail. So we can run Minecraft and Hightail? What the fuck? I need to see the video. Ah, playable Doom and Hightail. No, of course you can play Doom and Hightail. Shit, it's real. Oh, neat. I wouldn't mind owning whatever that is. I don't know what I'd do with it, but I could use it for something. Please sell to me. Stop. Get off my face. I'm gonna go ahead and go to Curse Forge for Mine Shot. That's what it was called? Mine Shot. That's like King Shot. Am I stupid because I drink coffee, or am I just stupid? Mine Shot. Reforged. This is gonna be like shitty 120. Yeah. Everybody. That's disgusting. Fucking disgusting. Don't ever show me 116 again. Ugh. Gross. Absolutely unacceptable. Files. I do want this mod. This is a fucking cool mod. No! Stop. Give me the 112 mod. There's a 112 version. There is a 112 version. Mine Shot screenshot utility. Files. 1.12.2. Description. High resolution screenshots. Ooh, nice. Nice. Well, let's check it out later. That's not for now. Take me back to the Discords. I'm sorry if I'm boring you guys. What the fuck is this? The hell? I mean, that's a very HBM thing to make. Neat. Oh wait, what the fuck is in the background? I am now employed by Jonah. I don't understand. I don't know why I'm cruising through HBM Discord. I over-engineered an air cannon using physics, and it's... That's fucking weird. Questions. That's from when I asked if it's on 118. 118, please. That's my next question. Why am I making a video of a fucking Discord server? Let's go ahead and what? Server channel, that's what you said it was in? Oh, nice. This is true. I didn't realize this was for Discord servers. But I'm not really sure we want these guys because they're not always, well, for the experiment. We might want them. I'm just saying, because it is an experiment, the server is. I'm trying to see how long it takes before everybody starts fighting if we give everybody limited resources, because you know what I mean? Like, the world is 1 kilometer square? Cube? Actually, I think it is. I think you can actually build the 1,000 in it. I have the server set so you can build to 1,000 as the build limit. I don't know how that works. I just did it in the config. I was like, server height limit, 1,000. Dear God. Oh, these are for Discord servers for servers. Wait, is this? I don't know. I'll figure it out later. You know what? I will figure that out later. We don't need to waste your guys' time with that. We need to stop doing that. It's like Project Zomboid because of the angle. Just wondering because I don't want my stuff getting destroyed, especially since I was playing the server earlier. Are there server rules against griefing and stealing and such? Not necessarily, but also, like, I don't think there's gonna... I think the people who we have right now aren't really gonna do that kind of stuff, really. But, if you don't want people to destroy your stuff, then, just build it next to my stuff, because I'm gonna make sure that nobody destroys that. Or don't. It is an experiment, though, to see, what happens. It's a science experiment. Nobody knew that part until I said it today. Because I've changed my mind about what I'm doing with it. I'm experimenting on, humans. Human subjects. We're gonna see what happens when I make, I don't know, how X number of players stay nearby each other in HBM mod in 1000 block area. That means if you drop a nuke in the center, you would destroy everybody's stuff. Can I join your team? There is no teams. I'm just saying, if you don't want your stuff getting destroyed, you can put it near mine, but I'm probably gonna move then. But my stuff is close to spawn. My stuff is at Fish News Network or whatever. Or it's FLN or something? Fish Lodge News? That's weird. But it's pretty much where I've set up. It's a weird building I found and I was like, oh, this shit's sick. Give me this building. Give me this building. Took the building. It's worth it. Alright, we're gonna need a way to get electrodes autonomously. Autonomic system. Do we have any doctors or medically skilled people? I'm just kind of curious. That'd be super interesting. I think we have DOS though. I don't know. I feel like it'd be cool to interact with that type of people. They have a lot of skills that I would like to steal and learn. There's a lot to learn there. That's like and you have to learn everything good. Probably you have to learn it probably to the exact that it exists, exact standard that exists. I'm just saying it's pretty neat. Is the server? Yeah. It's hosted on my Linux machine, and it's surprisingly, not only is it able to run all night, which is what I tested tonight, but it's functioning really well. Its performance is really low. Well, wait, no, is it high performance or low performance? Because it's not using much resources. Okay, it's that's what I'm trying to say. Like its resources are low, and it's just running. It's doing pretty good. And I'm pretty happy with how it's came out as far as the project goes, because that was a project, that was a mission objective thing that I had to do, so I had to get that thing made. That was one of my goals for this weekend. But it is running pretty well. I have to admit. I actually can check the amount of traffic that's gone through the other end though, because that is not me on the other end. The other end I'm going through play.it or playit.gg because I cannot actually port forward on this router. I could probably do it on other routers, but this one is special. It doesn't have that kind of capability because it was designed by some people who are stupid and idiots. But at the same time, it's kind of like a modernization thing because basically what's going on is like they don't have let me explain. So in a barracks, it's like ancient kind of technology almost, you know? There was no free internet, which honestly you don't need free internet. At least I don't feel like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I could say that. But really, like, so I had to actually go out and buy my internet to start off. But then free internet showed up one day, and I was like, what the hell? Now, it's the reason I don't use the free internet for this PC is because I'm pretty sure that will just spy on me. Because if I go, I've looked at their terms of service and everything, and yeah, it's kind of fishy. I'm gonna be honest, but they have put up routers in everybody's rooms, which is to say that whatever kind of project this is, definitely something involving spying or something of that nature, or cyber warfare, potentially to de-throttle internet or something. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Let's just say that. I don't know what their plans are with that, but it's probably not good, since I typically, in my experience, they have not done anything good. If they do something, it's probably not benevolent. I'm just saying that. That's what I'm saying. And so they installed that, and I was like, oh, okay, well now I have 2 sources of internet. Interesting. And so I route my Linux machine through that one, but I can't port forward on it because it's not designed for that. It's designed for normal internet usage, not for weirdos like me. Because they don't expect some guy to actually have technical skills existing inside of the barracks, with also trying to host servers, which is absolutely absurd to even begin with. However, I have achieved it. I also didn't even have a cable on the thing, which is the funny part. Which, yeah, it does have 300 MB per second speeds, but I don't know how that is compared to average speeds. I think this one gets like 100 gigabytes per second, GB per second, which is ridiculous, and I pay $70 for that. So that also sounds really too good to be true, but it's a real thing that it is actually doing, I think, like 100 gigabytes per second or something ridiculous. It's some super ludicrous wazoo speed that shouldn't exist. But that's not the free internet they installed. The free internet, it's like 300 megabits. It's okay though, because I can still run my PC, my other computer through that, and that will be fine. Which I have no idea how it's actually performing so well without a cable. I guess it's just that it has a good connection to the internet. I mean, okay, and here's the other stupid thing, is that the cable I have for it, which is connected, doesn't register as connected because it doesn't fucking work. It's a cable. If you ever look at a internet, Ethernet cable, whatever you want to say, you will see that it has multiple colors at the end of the adapter. So like the little plastic piece, you'll look in that. If it's clear, you'll see that there is a bunch of little different colors in there. Mine has 2 silver pieces, which means it's transmitting power, not the internet, which is fucking weird. It's like, if you want to really get into cable nerdology is a thing. Because in the world of cables alone and computing, there is different performances, different standards, different... Like, it is a very interesting world in the world of... What is it called? In the world of, I forgot the name. Of cable stuff. If you, like, look at cables and stuff, you have a lot of different things to look at. It's very neat. I think that's, one of my... I think that's going to become one of my favorite places to nerd is cables. But, we still haven't built Chud yet. We could do that here. Probably. Let's go ahead and... Do I really want to do that? That'd probably look fucking stupid, but... I could technically make Chud the floor for my oil refinery. No! This is bad news, everybody. I have to refill all of them. Shit. I didn't like to do this on stream. Don't want to do this on stream. Well, I mean, I don't play this world any other time, though. So, like, I kind of have to. Now watch this. It'll give me iron plates. Iron plates in return. 27. Ah. So, yeah. That's, I don't think you all want to hear me nerd about computer cables, but, if you start talking about HDMI and other cables and, like, USB, Universal Serial Bus cables, and everything, you get to, like, the point where, like, it's, like, there is so much complexity, you could build a giant web on a corkboard with it. You know what I mean? It's, like, one of the most niche computer nerdologies. Nerdisms. Yep. I know exactly what I need. Some nickel. Oh dear. Oh dear. Gordon, we have a problem. See, if I am dumb, if I do anything wrong here, we have a serious issue. See, now we can't do that there because we've routed all of the power to that. 4 drills. If you didn't watch last stream, that's quite stupid, but if it's stupid and it works, is it really that stupid? Probably. Light metal bedrock ore. So what is the first step for this shit? Wait, what are we even processing? We're trying to process the light metal bedrock ore. Okay. Light metal bedrock ore goes into the washer. Acidizer. Neat. It's gonna take water. And that. Okay. Okay, guys. Today we're gonna be doing some stuff and things. Here's one other trick I can show you all to reduce the problem. If you want to remove the problem from existence, watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, what we're gonna do, since I don't actually have a way of powering this right now, we're gonna set this up with some coal and shit burning under it. I don't know about that. Maybe we should run it off of electricity. Or build a new Watts reactor that does this specific task. Or PWR, actually. I mean, well, I could run it off the Watts reactor, but, that would be stupid. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. The Let's Not Do That award. 2025. 2026. Oh, shit. It's 2026. That means the 2016 joke is out of date. It's 2017, guys. 2017, guys. Okay, this is good. Oh, I know where we can put it. We can just put it in this area. Thank God this shit exists, even though I might say it's useless. What does it do? Coolant and hot coolant? Ah, Jesus. It's a problem. Get that shit out of there. Boom. Furnace mode, go. Execute. 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 Nice. Cook that shit. And I'm just gonna place this thing here. Nobody will question it if the Doom area is not Doom area yet. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and show you all that trick I was talking about. If you place a crate here, then you don't have to deal with this shit until you have to deal with it. Good job, guys. We've really conducted some absolute science right here. Oh. I'm a fucking idiot. God damn. Go ahead and redo it. Nice. Certified hood moment. Back to Jeff K Industries. No, it's Jeff K Bridge. Jeff K Memorial. I mean, Jeff K Memorial. I mean, Jeff K Memorial. You guys get what I mean. It's not hard to say intentionally, okay? It's just engineered so it sounds cool. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a receive system. And the receive system is gonna make a lot of sense in a second, but first I gotta do this. Need some PR guys. PR guys. You know what that means? PR representatives. Personal private representatives? I don't know. I actually don't know what that means, but I know what they do. I know they go out and they're like they hype you up for the fight, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, this guy's awesome. He's gonna absolutely destroy this guy. Yeah. Exactly what we need. But for me, so we can get more views. Views. Pronounced views. Or something. I don't know. Did I leave the box? Where did I put the box at? Is it over here? I need my comparators. Please give me them. Help me, please. Give me the comparators. I'm asking my Google AI on Florp. Florp. Fucking Florp. I've never experienced a more interesting computer search engine, not a computer search engine, search engine on a computer than Florp. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's like Google, but if you just called it Florp. It's like Firefox changed to look like Google and then call it Florp. That's my preferred Linux browser at this time. People made fun of it, but it's okay. They just don't understand. They just don't understand. I'm being dead serious when I say that. Gordon, the conveyor inserters are built backwards. Oh, dear God. This is good news. Need to add in the soundboard next screen. Conveyor we actually need that. Conveyor inserters are built backwards. I need a warning when my conveyor ejectors are built backwards. So yeah, these control where it's going. Pretty much. And then the next step is to, well, hook this up to the next machines. So, one of these is going into a arc furnace to do arc things. Arc things? Arc survival evolved. Arc furnace. Fucking arc furnace. Get in my inventory now. Ah. And then let's go ahead and fill in any unwanted holes with dirt. I bet if we use the oily dirt, we could build a face of Jesus on the fucking planet. Na 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 na. Okay, we're gonna slap it. We're gonna put it. Oh, God damn it. It's backwards. There we go. I don't like it being so far away. And that's a problem. That's a real problem right there. But we just need to know if it's got too many or how much it has. Okay? So all we need is an item detection system that says, hey, stop ejecting, guy. You're a fucking nerd. Stop ejecting. Now this problem exists. Or we could just do it in a way that makes a lot of sense. Through the splitter method. The splitter. Or not do that. But the amount of silicon we're gonna need versus the amount of those we're gonna need. So let's go ahead and do some math today. God damn it. Math. I'm gonna pull out my pull out my webcam too, so I can show you guys my TI-84 calculator. No, I'm not doing that. I did a stream where I did have my fucking webcam out. It's not even a webcam, it's a camcorder from like the early 2000s style. It's actually not from the early 2000s. It was made in like 2025. Okay. So, you know, I have a tendency to not get shit done. So let's get shit done. Let's go ahead and place this in. Okay, well, actually, hold on, because there's science that we need to do. We don't need to do a splitter, okay? We definitely don't need to do that. But what we can do is create some kind of routing system somehow using some systems. Okay, it's going to be hard to do. I'm not sure how I'm going to achieve a routing system. But we've achieved it before, we can achieve it again. We are the overachievers here. Not really. So, what we need is a system that says one of these is on and one of them is off. That is the simplest way of doing it. And I should have those components here. Okay. I'm gonna need some bricks for this one today. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Guys, gonna need some bricks. I don't know what you're talking about. I actually want to go check on who's on the server right now. Hey, if anybody is on the server, just let me know. I am kind of curious. This currently is doing the job of a splitter until I do that shit. Now it's doing jack squat. AKA nothing. But also, we're going to turn that one off too in a second. So then we place in this. We're going to place in my redstone. Ooh. Nice. That's going to be the control system. To actually power that, you need some science and engineering. Expertise. The problem is now that it doesn't connect properly. Don't worry. Gordon is a highly trained professional, and he has the answer. Except, really, in this case, I'm not even sure what the joke is. But that's how it's supposed to connect. So if it connects like that, then anything powering this shit is gonna depower that shit. No, 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 no. That's bad. No bueno. No bueno. Stop. That means that to power off the torch for this guy, shit just got really complicated. We're gonna do, so, again, more cabling. This needs to power that off. Boom. So that's the first step. One of those has to be off. The second step is that we have to turn it off, so turn it back on somehow. The third step is that we need to control this guy at the same time. Which should create a system that looks somewhat like this, with the exception of that thing does not get any power. Which means that when this turns on, we also need a torch here. But we could just do a 2-torch system on this one, but it needs to, both sides need to be in sync. Except they don't really. And if anybody ever tells you that, tell them to go fuck themselves, because you are an engineer and know better than they do. Watch this. You don't need to have both sides in sync. It will work the same. It just puts a delay on one side, so you have to consider that in any system. If you have delay on one side and you need there to be perfectly synced, which for computers is the case, then please do not do what I'm about to do. Although you could just add in a repeater, which is what we could do to solve the problem anyway. But we need to not quasi-conduct into the other thing, which is the biggest part of redstone engineering, is the quasi-conductivity annoyance. Which isn't really an annoyance because it's used by many good redstone engineers to invent new bullshit and new physics. I need sticks. Give me sticks. It's okay. We can go. We can undo the greatest. We can. I'm not sure what the joke was. What was the joke? We're gonna go ahead and destroy just the planet. Man, I can't go out there to cut down those trees. Where the fuck did we get a third fracking tower from? Hell yeah, we're getting 3 of them. A third fracking tower is getting put in. That's crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They... Huh? Oh, never mind. I know why it's like that. I remember the days when I came over here and decided to make this place look great again. And, make it into a nuclear landfill. We are going to hurry up and get there. Hurry up and get there. To the oil plant. Jeez. I actually am gonna check who's on the server right now. So in a second. I just gotta get focused on this. But we should have this done now, I think. Yes. So then this one can get powered. This one can get powered. And then it can transfer that power to the rest of the systems. Which still needs a repeater system. Actually, it can get powered. Watch this. Get powered. Guy. No. Does not get powered because I still need to power this thing. Somehow I need to find a way to power that thing in connection with this thing. Without a repeater, because I don't want to do that. If I use a repeater... God. No. No. And it can't go above 1 block. And it's got it. My brain is actually running at full capacity right now. My brain is starting to run at full capacity right now. Overload in 30 seconds, guys. Do this. Don't do that in the middle. Ignore the middle. Ignore the middle. We're going to go ahead and do this. Because now, that should be equal, so the signal strength will be one. If we shift it over, it should give us an equal signal strength. Because this will add 1 block into it. This is 1 block longer. So, technically, all you need is that. Right? No. Absolutely not. Okay, there we go. But now we have the answer, and we have some sticks to go with. Where did I get this fucking shitty-ass pipe wrench from? Get this shit out of my inventory. No! Oh, I actually know I need that, though. I only just realized that. So we're not going to get rid of it. But this side needs to be 1 block longer than this side. So to do that, you're just going to place it over here. Your redstone line has to go in through this one. Not the center one, because then the center one makes them equal. So this one offsets it by 1. Making this side shorter and this side longer. It's a trick that will work. So then we have to have our input somewhere on like the side over here to actually get it in there. But that's okay, because I'm gonna just do this kind of thing. We're just gonna do one of these numbers. This way we can input, and since it's a lot simpler than it was back in the day, because they added this, hell yeah, I like that. It makes everything so simple. You're gonna also set this to fluid mode. If you do anything with solids, you know what I'm about to say. You know what I'm about to say, okay? You don't need me to say it. But if you want me to, just DM me on the Discords, and if you don't have that, then sucks to suck, I guess. I don't know. Well, actually, if you don't have the Discord link, just ask, and I'll give it to you. Yep. Then you can DM me on the Discord, and I will tell you what I was thinking. Well, actually, I'm probably gonna forget. Okay, I'm probably gonna forget. So you have to do it fast. It's a one-time limited offer. It's not a scheme to get people into the Discord. Not at all. No. To pump life into a dying place. Dead and dying. That server was dead until like a couple of weeks ago. Then it started getting traffic again. It's fantastic. Absolute genius engineering. This is genius engineering. Ah, now that does the job. The task has been taskified. Now there's a slight delay because this one will have 2 ticks, this one will have 1 tick, but who really cares? I don't think you're all nerds. I don't think you all care about that. But we're gonna go and pump the bullshit to this guy. Go! Hurry! Go! Go now! And then we need to put water in here. So this is gonna be where the steam comes out. Liquid nitrogen, water goes in through the bottom. Water. And then we need to put in a barrel of water. Don't worry though, because I was smart. I came with a bucket. Yes. Oh yes. Absolutely amazing. The steam is doing its job. We have not maxed out our aromatic hydrocarbons. We are at maximum low pressure. No. Why did it decide? Ah, the crude oil has no backput. Which is absolutely amazing. So the next step is we're going to take the crude oil and build a new oil setup revolving around crude oil. This multi-hinged lateral plan is insane. I don't think that makes any sense. But it's absolutely insane. Insanity. Insanium alloy. From all the mods 9. Dear God. But we need to connect to this thing. With the actual other thing. So that's where this thing gets set up. And he's gonna take crude oil and not burn crude oil, but he's gonna take the crude oil and boil it, and make it into some nice, good stuff. Some spicy sauce, hot sauce. We gotta connect it though, and we should probably just build a giant reformate pipe. I'm gonna be honest, but no thanks. We're gonna put this thing up. And originally, we were going to just pipe that back into the original setup. However, I have niche products I need for this setup. AKA, I might actually need to use the infamous, shittiest device in all of HBM mod. And that thing is the coker. Because it is the most effective method for us to get coke into the setup. Probably. More than likely. We need a way to get coke into it so we can produce actual electrodes. And graphite, well, this stuff doesn't provide you that method. But what does is the other method. This has coal, oil, and bitumen clogging it. Okay. So yeah, we just need to unclog the bitumen, which is, we're gonna see that we're gonna reprocess this into more bitumen in a second. After we sleep, so we can get it back to daytime, and then we'll keep going once I have it all hooked up. Which this is turning into easily my new favorite oil setup. This is a very interesting one. It does rely on outside sources of materials. But it is a pretty effective setup, honestly. If it's only producing bitumen, and you only needed bitumen, this would have you so much bitumen output, not to mention what we're about to add to it. Because what we're about to add is going to increase the bitumen output tenfold. Or at least I'm saying that. I don't actually have a number for you all. Because we haven't done any math, and you all will absolutely hate it if we do math. If you've been here for math in the past, God bless your soul. Crude oil comes out, crude oil goes in, hot crude oil comes out, and then that's when the next step begins. And to get this to work, I need my pipe to do some weird stuff. It's okay though. It's okay, guys. It's okay. And I think there should be another one right about here. Yes, cool. But this will connect. Give me that pipe anchor shit. We're gonna set it to reformant. Because I hate reformant gas, we're burning it inside of all of these machines today. On this day, 2026, burn all reformant gas in hell. We're probably producing tons of this shit. Burn. We need like a editor to put Doom in there. Doom music. Nice. Crude oil out. Hot crude oil. We're receiving more crude oil? Or is it? Ah, now the aromatic hydrocarbon apocalypse has begun. This is necessary though. This step was important. Because with aromatic hydrocarbons, we have opened the gateway to insanity. I'll be back in a few seconds after I go check my server. Keep saying I'm gonna do that. But I can still be here, technically. Is it actually on? I'm actually really curious. Is it actually on? Florp. Florp, is it on? Florp. Florp, is the thing running? Play that. The fucking shit, fuck you, Linux. It's offline. The hell? It is connected. OS, Linux. They know my fucking OS. It's crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. Tunnels. Connected. Minecraft Java. Okay, well, it is definitely joinable. Okay, nerds. For those who are asking, the server is currently online and running. I'm gonna go check in my Discord. Is anybody asking about the server? Because it is online. Nobody's asking. Okay, cool. Nice. And I had to verify that, but it is running. Still. It just had a server reset. I know that because it says 2 hours. So it either had one recently and nobody's joined, which is probably what happened. Which is actually really cool because I actually set up the server resets myself. I had to figure out how to script it though, but it was a fun project. That part was. Now this is a kind of an issue with the setup, is that it's going to become spaghettified in a few seconds. We'll bury all of these pipes eventually. But we need to have a exhaust pipe for the production of fine suit, which is trying to get us the fine suit for Fullerite extremely early on in the game. See, we already have 7, but we need like 7,000 of them for the ICF, which, if I know anybody, I know who is working on that next. I mean, it is a group project, though. It's just, I don't know. I really haven't done that much to contribute. Hey, did my things get done at the place? Because once those are done, we can take those and restock the actual oil setup. Does the fusion reactor even explode? Or has HBM even programmed that in yet? I know that the ICF doesn't. ICF doesn't explode. Noise. Okay, we're not gonna put it in there, but you'd put it in here. No, 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 no. Stop! Stop! I'm not gonna have enough storage space for all of this shit in my inventory. Keep running out of storage space, guys. I don't even need half this shit. Cool. And if you don't need half the shit, why would you even bring it? What is it, not getting new ones? What, you can't take in new ones of those? Oh shit, I'm taking serious radiations. I do need a distribution system though for this. Like, actually need a distribution system. So yeah, we're gonna take these, we're gonna put them in a box somewhere. Holy shit, no, we're not doing that. Can this not make more than that? What if I add in a hopper to make it nice and appease the gods of HBM mod? Mine. It looks like gold, but it's spicy gold. That gold is hot and fiery. Spicy gold. Nice. That is not better, but I mean, I suppose it will be better. This allows me to produce 9. Oh shit. We did do the math for this at one point, but I don't remember what it was. And it stores enough for like 4 of these to keep going. Ah, look at that shit. Go. Huh. This is interesting. Okay, so, yeah. We have 2 extras. It's fine. We'll have to set up a sorting system for that shit at some point. I need this. Need that. Probably. I do need, some other stuff too. Nope. These. Holy shit, we have a lot of that. Conveyors. Which box do they go into? The conveyors, where are they? No! Oh, they're right there. This is set up. It's got nothing in it because it hasn't filled this thing yet. Once it does fill that thing, then, yeah. Oh, I suppose there is an issue with this. Is that it can only store... It has to store 5 stacks in here before it can store them in the other... Before it starts making the other things. But that's fine. So the other step would be to take that and do the other thing with it. But, of course, first we have to get the exhaust pipe in. Put in the refinery. So we'll grab exhaust pipes and a refinery. Exhaust pipes and a refinery. Refinery and exhaust pipe. There we go. Nice, nice. Cables? Do we have cables? Power cables? I'm gonna need some of those too. Any kind of energy cables will be acceptable. These. There we go. We're good. Alright, so that should do the trick. All I need to do now is install this. This is really dark. Oh, it's the sun setting. Well, that's really unfortunate that the Minecraft days aren't long enough for me to get shit done. I actually wonder how long we've even been playing in this world for. Not today, but in total. What amount of time have I spent in this world? 11.92 days. How is it that low still? It's like it's been at 11.92 days for so long. But anyway. That's not exhaust pipes. We need exhaust pipes. Exhaust pipes. Here we go. Remember, this will only produce like one product that arguably, if you're gonna do oil, either do the vacuum method or do regular oil. Which we need to look at this. Technically, when you take oil, you have many methods of doing it. You have your oil. You're going to take it, if we go to the vacuum refinery, vacuum heavy oil gives you 400 millibuckets. Then that gives you how much, wait, how much does it take? 150 for one oil tire? That's not bad. Don't do the fucking cracking, but we're looking for what this gives you. It gives you heating oil and a bunch of that stuff. Okay. But does it give you bitumen? That's the real question. How much bitumen does it give us? Because the more bitumen we can get, and it doesn't really give you bitumen. So, yeah, don't do that one. Unless you really don't want bitumen. I mean, I feel like it would be giving you a little bit more. But it's not how it works in HBM mod, apparently. Do I put it there, or do I put it there? I don't know. I don't know. Help me, please. Yeah, I'm fine. We're going to go ahead and place this in. We're going to take the exhaust duct out. We're going to put it into this thing. Nice. That should give us another way of getting stuff. So when this boils the oil, it's going to send it out to here now. Okay. And we're going to avoid cracking anything we don't need to crack. Hot oil. Hot crude oil. But we're going to keep this dedicated to the amazing substance. Oh, nice. It's got tons of heavy oil in it, so that's good. Then we have to send the heavy oil to fractioning as well. Which we can probably do that right here. No, that won't fit. Maybe right here would be stupid, I feel like. But we need to reprocess that. The heavy oil is the only thing I care about. That is my only concern with the setup, is the heavy oil. But we're going to take heavy oil, we're going to take a pipe, we're going to put it somewhere probably underneath this thing, and we're going to work with it on this side. Fractioning towers. Fractioning towers, please. Okay. We're going to set them up over here. You should need 2 types of these. Like over there. And of course, if you need 2 types, make sure you don't use the HBM splitter. I mean, it might look cool, but there's a splitter unit that you need. That does the splitting of layers. You can't just set 2 different layers to 2 different things. It doesn't work. Neat. And then, I've heard that you can actually get pollution out of these, which I don't think is necessarily true. I've always argued it isn't true, but then again, we'll try it out and see how it works. If you can get extra pollution from this, I'd be surprised, but it's worthwhile to test it. I'm pretty sure it doesn't give you extra pollution. But that's my expert HBM opinion, and I am very experienced at HBM, so... Some people have told me that it does, though. We'll try it out. I might be wrong. And that's a good thing to know, is when you might be wrong, when you definitely are not wrong. And of course, we need to follow the same pattern we've been doing earlier with these instead of these. See, these look shitty. And you know how you can skimp out on that aluminum? Well, just follow this simple trick. You'll save 20% more aluminum, I guess. Or 60%, or 90%. Heavy oil goes and does this shit. So now I have my heavy oil pipe. It looks weird because you can see it. Heavy oil is going to run into here. It's going to make bitumen industrial oil. Those are 2 products we're going to need to focus on. We're going to take the output. It's not even exhausting, so yeah, it doesn't have any exhaust. It's going to output from here and send the heavy oil back, or the bitumen back into there. And then we have to deal with aromatic hydrocarbons. everybody's favorite substance. If it isn't your favorite, it's about to be. Bitumen. So this stuff is needed for solvent to get our sherbidium trisulfide production up. And so to do that, we need to head over and grab pipe anchors. I have 8 of them. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we'll see. We're going to run these through the ground and over to wherever the connection point is, which is over here. That's way too far away for my taste. But it's what we got to do, so we're going to do it. I'm going to get ready to set this to aromatic hydrocarbons. And we're just going to click on that one. Go over to here and drop into the ground to connect. Set that. Connect. Every couple meters. 10 meters is the distance you can go. 9. Set it in. Boom. Keep going. 9. Oh, we're going to make it. We have enough. I was like, do we even have enough of these? But no, we definitely have enough. If this is what we need, we have enough. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I do need to check that setup for stuff. Okay, we'll do that in a second. But we now need to reach a pipe over here. So let's go ahead and set this. Nope. Do that. Cool. That fits, and then it will just need to connect into the pipe over here. Remember, what we do is this. It's going to look weird, but trust me, this will work. Boom. I need to just connect that last pipe anchor back in there, because it's not in the right angle. That will connect. Then I connect this. Can't connect to the same pipe anchor. Ugh. Stupid. Do that. And we're working. And in the meantime, I need to go check on that setup. So we're going to grab a crate from somewhere. Like this one. See this one? It's got fucking shit in it. No, no, no. Take that crate. We're going to head over to here and we're going to swap out crates on the actual box for our space center. So, oh, somebody else already did it. Thank God, because that would have been bad. How much coal do we have? Are we actually ejecting coal right now? Have we been? We've probably been ejecting coal. How's the setup here doing? He is doing well. Okay. How's the Xernox setups doing? God damn it. Now I have to check every setup. I'm not doing that. If it's overflowing, it's overflowing. Somebody else can do it. It's not my problem. But this is why I have assistants. They usually check that shit. Heavy oil. Bitumen, industrial oil. Okay, so one thing that's important. You don't want that pipe there. Because we're going to go ahead and just make a pillar. Nice. And then set up this. This one will be for industrial oil. Well, actually, let me check. Let me double check and triple check that. Industrial oil. Because the next step we need to get to with this is coal, petroleum coke, or something like that. You can crack it for naphtha. We'll see if that's important. I mean, for tar, yes. Tar can use naphtha for that. Industrial oil can also be used for that. It also gives you 790 coker oil. This takes 7,000. They give you 10%, and it takes 7,900. So it's not that good. What we need to do is do this. Then you take your engine lubricant. We'll see what paraffin wax gets us. Paraffin wax can get us to those things. Shit. Well, I don't need paraffin wax, but industrial oil. I do need to figure out what I'm going to do with this. When I fraction it, here, I can get heating oil and engine lubricant, which is less useful. Engine lubricant, we might just get rid of that. This thing, naphtha petroleum gas. The fuck? Hell yeah. Do I even have that blueprint, though? That is something we need to check. If we have it, that would be actually amazing. Instant electrodes from heating oil. That would be good. If we don't have that, then we just have to do 1,600 of this, which will give you 160 coker oil back. And that can be recycled for more bitumen. Yes, it gives you 10% back, but you can continue to recycle it for more bitumen. So if you're trying to set up a setup that kind of does what this thing's about to do, well, this is the way to go. We need to go back up there, actually, now that I think about it. Nope. 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 Try it again. There we go. So industrial oil for these guys. God damn it. Industrial oil. There we go. So that gives me more outputs. And then we're just gonna take a pipe and put it in there. From the top to the bottom. This will do industrial oil in. We don't have anywhere else that's going to go. It's going to literally just go through here. So boom, it's making more bitumen. It's getting rid of my industrial oil. And then we need to look at if I have the blueprint for electrodes, which I really might, but that's like a 30% chance that I have it inside of the crate. This is the only place that they should be. Does anybody see it in there? Is it a solid fuel from biomass? That's okay. Nope. Nope. Nah. Stone. We have Gerald. We have Gerald, but not the other things. How do I get these even? I will say that for automation, this one's actually pretty nice. But yeah, I can't do instant electrodes. Electrode. So the actual electrode step requires tar and petroleum coke. That's not hard to get. We do have a coker unit. Or you could do graphite and steel. One of these is cheaper than the other. This one. What types of tar does it accept? Any type. Wood tar, coal tar, oil tar, cracked tar. Instant electrodes would be really nice though. Just try it with oil tar. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try it with oil tar. Oil tar, please. Oil tar. Crack tar. Well, if we do it that way, coker oil just gets turned into crack oil at a rate of 10%. Which means that you'd still be losing. You'd be losing. Don't do it that way. Don't bother with coking your shit to get coker oil. That's not good. Okay. Well, we're gonna just, I'm just gonna go ahead and not do that. But we do need electrodes for the machines. And it doesn't need to be fast electrode production either. It does need to be slow. But it can't let the setup clog. And since we don't have any buffers, it's going to clog. So, Ah! This is terrible. Like, I wish I had the actual thing. If we had that, right now, we'd be able to do this without doing extra shit. But at the same time, I'd have to make a chem plant. So I guess it isn't all a loss, but it is quite annoying. Because now I have to decide on how to coke everything into the stuff it needs to be. And I suppose we are literally going to coke 90% of those products. Which means that we only need one coker, really. But then I'm also just going to coke the rest of them for the coker oil and stuff. We'll see. This guy is just processing his bitumen. We could also send all of the extra stuff out to the different places to do things. Like, that is a total possibility. Okay. So what are we going to be looking at with this? Oh, these guys don't have anything in them. Oh, interesting. Oh, they actually emptied. Neat. I'm not even sure what I'm trying to figure out right now. Is this guy shut off? Nope. Nope. Why is he not ejecting? What's the holdup? Does he just need a bit of a morale boost? Does that work? Are you ejecting? Are you ejecting? No? What the fuck is the problem here? This is weird. I'm going to admit I've never had this issue before. That's what they all say. Never had this issue before. Unless it needs to go down oh my god, imagine that. Imagine the setup, I have to redo this whole setup. This thing took so long to figure out. So long to come up with. But this should work. Like, it works with a hopper. Wait. This guy's getting shut off by this guy. No! Because this guy needs to be one block down. Look at that. I'm figuring things out. Brain powering it. My brain is powering this setup. Okay, guys. I figured out the problems. Now it's fixed. Except that's not fixed. Or is that? That is fixed. That is fixed. Don't run the cable up to this guy. Just run it down to that guy. But that also means now it's shorter. They're the same length. No, it's still one block longer. Here. God damn it. And when you think things are just done, they're far from it. What? Now this guy is 3 blocks, and this guy's 4 blocks. This guy is 3 blocks. This guy's 3 blocks. Wait, but that guy is actually 4 because it starts from here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. No matter which way I do it, it just makes one. This guy is now 2 blocks. This guy is 3. Unless I do some kind of fancy super splitting math kind of equation thing. Is this better? Does this do it better? Now this guy is 4. This guy is 4. Okay, I think that one works. They're both 4 now. A slight adjustment to the control system. But they have to be the same length, or they won't work. I will tell you that. If they are not the same length, you know what's going to happen? Things are not going to work. One is going to be on, and the other is never going to be on. Then they'll both be off at the same time. Okay, I'm not really sure what I'm doing now. But I do need electrodes to supply to that, so that is my next goal. So, let's look at how we can get electrodes easily. and the heavy oil makes all this stuff, which we've already seen, and it's making up here plenty of stuff we don't need. Engine lubricant and heating oil. Which, if we take heating oil and process that through a 50% decrease in supply through the reformer, it gives you naphtha, petroleum gas, and hydrogen. This might be an answer to the problem. Why? Because I said so. So if we use this, it will probably get us to the solution. Now, naphtha is kind of not that useful, but makes more coker oil than other stuff at lower volumes. Pretty nice. Or could be ran into heating oil again, so you can keep reforming it and just making diesel. We don't want that. We're not going to keep reforming it to make diesel. What we're going to do is we're going to take it and probably just do this with it. We're probably going to coke it from the heating oil. Why would we not want to coke heating oil? Even though there's a 50% loss and then it goes down to 10% from there, which makes it like a 5% amount of output for fluids. The reason I don't take heating oil and put it through there is you can see here. Oh, never mind. Actually, fuck that shit. Just go ahead and do the heating oil through a coking unit. If you do that, that'll be good. But now it's time for engine lubricant, because that's the next thing. Engine lubricant is really, really the worst material as far as oil is concerned. If you don't have a way to deal with this, you're pretty much screwed. It takes 12,000 through a coker unit to do anything. You can mix it to make petrol oil with reclaimed industrial oil, but I mean, does reclaimed industrial oil do anything, offer any benefits to us? So that would require the chem plant. Doesn't really. But it gives you petrol oil, which is, I guess, you could use. Petrol is used for stuff. We don't need that. That's not stuff we need. So, yeah, engine lubricant is kind of like the useless shit that we don't want. And so, because it's that useless, what we're going to do is we're just going to get rid of it. Because nature is our greatest trash can, guys. Don't listen to Greta Thunberg or any environmental enthusiast. This is the truth right here. Nature is man's greatest trash can. I need more environmental enthusiast names, so please send me some in the comment section. Thank you all. I do have a drain pipe. Wonderful. I should make like a shower stall. Just fucking engine lubricant coming out of it. The pollution system used to be better. I'm gonna be honest. HBM, your pollution system is failing me. I haven't seen any fog or smog or shit. We've been playing for this long. For 11.92 days. Am I just good at this game and not bad at it? Is that what it is? There we go. Drainage pipe. Drainage pipe. Okay. Now we're gonna set to engine lubricant. Since that shit's disgusting. Ew, engine lubricant. Disgusting. Get rid of it. Next is the heating oil disposal, which we're just gonna coke it. Technically, you could do something else with it. What is the alternative to heating oil? Do you crack it first? Heating oil. Heating oil can be done cracked. Reform. I believe you can crack this. Or you just reform it. That's the only thing. We are not reforming it. It does not give us any advantages over the other methods. Okay. No extra goodness. But we will be coking it. This is the one time that the coker unit is actually going to be valuable. And then we're going to be turning coker oil into tar, probably. Why? Because that's how you get electrodes. Don't trust me. Trust the other oil setup that I've built. So this is actually the way to do it. And here's the and part. Because this is coking, you will witness a massive increase in pollution output. That is great. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be alright. Because at the end of the day, it's night. And it doesn't matter if your sky is black from all the smog you put in it. So we're gonna connect a pipe here for fine suit protection. And this is the main reason I like it, because the coker unit is an absolute beast for producing tons of pollution. So trust me when I say that it is worthwhile to invest in one of these. So you can get tons of pollution. Now we're gonna go ahead and set it to heating oil. Because I don't like that shit. Get rid of it. Dump it. Nice. We've already got tons of it. Plenty. We need to get a actual thing installed. But now there's a new issue. Ladies and gentlemen. We have ran into a terrible problem right here. Somebody decided to put a hydrogen peroxide pipe through my gaming. It's okay, we'll fix it by going around. Nobody gets the joke, though. Nobody gets the joke. Now, there should... Yes, there is one. This will be easy to connect, because I can just go... You can just plug it right in. Set it on. We're going to plug it to reformant gas, which means, should we ever stop making reformant gas, my least favorite substance of all time, well, this setup's going to be fucking screwed. It's going to stop running. Dear. Okay. Noise. 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 Okay, we're not going to get started with that. Then we're going to go ahead and go around here. And, do one of these. Don't worry about it. No, don't do that. That's stupid. See, this will get me more aluminum pipes back because I didn't even place those ones. Those ones weren't my aluminum pipes. Those were somebody else's. Those weren't my pipes, officer. I swear. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Get there. Get the aluminum piping there. Okay. We're going to set... Was that aluminum? It's peroxide. Set the peroxide pipe in. Nice. Peroxide pipe runs around the machinery. And does coker oil. What is that rumbling? There's rumbling. But it's only... It's fine. It's probably just the oil setups are working. They're all running all at once. Let's go. Hell yeah. So we have that done. Then we just gotta find a way to supply the... Or turn this stuff into gooder stuff. Coker oil is actually probably able to just go straight into tar. Which is wonderful. Nope. 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 Ah, shit. Cracked oil and heating oil. So you have to recycle it. That's fine. It will just recycle right through the system. So don't worry. That can just go like right here. That's hydrogen peroxide. That's good. Just making sure my work is okay and acceptable. Could quite literally go right here. And we're going to take out coker oil. Coker oil comes out. And then it's going to go and refeed the heating oil back. So then you're getting 10% and then you're turning it into 1% of your heating oil. Well, there's also an extra number in there, so it's not technically 10 to 1. But it's going to make it 10 to 1 almost. With that extra number in there. So multiply by the extra number. That's not coker oil. We need coker oil. Coker oil, please. Righto. Absolutely wonderful. So now it's going to rerun that back, and it's going to produce cracked oil. And now you could process cracked oil further, or don't fucking do that because it's going to give you jack squat. Cracked tar is made by solidifying cracked oil. Please make cracked tar. Don't throw away your cracked oil into a refinery thinking you're going to get more that way. This way is going to give us more. And in the meantime, we need to be making another of the solidifiers. I said solidifier. Solidifier. Look at it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Lovely. Everybody's going to love to make the solidification machine until they have to make it themselves instead of watching me do it. I'm just going to throw this in here. Looks like there's already a bunch of that shit in there. Give me those. Throw these in here. Next up, we need coils. Find coils. In a box. Which box? Which box has the coils? No boxes have coils because I use them all to make motors. But that's okay. That's okay. Trust me. Like, just watch. Just watch and learn. You'll see how I make more red copper in 5 seconds. We're going to grab redstone. We're going to grab copper. Not that stuff. We're going to grab copper powder. Powder. Is there no copper powder left? Is it all just ingots? That's sad. I like to use the copper powder because it's cheaper. I don't use copper powder for anything. Except for, like, a few things. No, no, no. Do that, please. Okay, cool. And in the meantime, we're going to take this copper. We're going to make it into some coils. I don't really care how many coils you make, because you don't, it doesn't matter. You need a bunch of them, though. So then you split this up. Because you will just use all of these coils. If you just copy what I'm doing, copy and paste my work, you can just make as, they'll still use all that resources. But you might not have enough. Then we need polymer, which is literally 3 free resources. It should be in a box at the refinery if it's not in one of these. That is something I need, isn't it? I'm pretty sure I need these. And these. Well, at least we got one thing that I know I need. But it doesn't need aluminum. Yes, it does. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness. That's absolutely saving me some time. Wonderful. It needs like 16. Or no, it needs 4. Yes. Cool. 4 steel shells. Ready to go. Other words, 16 of these. Shell. Shell gas station. Shell from hell. And we're done. Assembly is finished. Hell yeah, this place is looking pretty nice. And of course, only... Like, okay, so if oil setups... There's niche oil setups like what I'm doing right now. Or there's generic oil setups, which is like what everybody does. I feel like my oil setups have gotten to the point where they're good enough to become the standard for what people should do for oil setups. Because, I mean, if you needed an oil setup that literally produces circuits too, then I have one right here. It's not even arrogance. It's literally, I actually genuinely believe that my oil setups will set you up for success. Especially that one, because that one won't even stop running. But it's running on a fusion reactor too. So that is kind of a downside to that one. So this will take cracked oil and turn it into the stuff. And then we just run it all into a machine that will make it into some stuff. We also probably should run a splitting system on that petroleum coke. So only, like, I don't even know how much this will produce per iteration. We need to actually calculate that out. So this will take 1600 to make 1 coke and 160 coke or oil. And it takes 200, so it'll take 2 iterations. So it will make enough to keep up with this. It'll be fine. I'm still keeping the lines separate in case I go, oh shit, I need to split it out later. Splitting it out might become a thing that I have to do. We're going to drop off some of this garbage here. I don't see where I have cables that are going to be good for this. I actually just need cables for this. That would be the smart way to go. Grab cables for it and just use those. I could use the big cables. Ah, here we go. I actually have these. These are going to work wonders as long as I can figure out how to connect them. Just go straight through here. This is the avenue of approach. Okay, I don't want to go that way, but I can go this way for sure. But I think the Coker unit might get in the way of that one, so we'll see how that works out. We'll see how it plays out, but I don't know if it will even connect. Probably not. No. Because the fucking Coker unit. We might have to go that way. It'd be easier than wrapping around. Cool. That will work. That will do its job. That's all it needs to do. And then we can just leave the other cable there. It's fine if we have excess. So this is going to take my Coker oil. Or actually cracked oil. Crack. And it's going to make it into tar. Nice. Cracked oil to tar. Let's go. Then, of course, again, like I said, we must keep these lines separate. Because the second they're not separate and I need to swap something out, that's a bad idea. I already can see that. I have the foresight. I've been in that position 10,000 times before. So be smart. What you do with your setups. Memorize the mistakes you've made. And you will succeed at the HBMs of all time. Of course, nobody's doing any kind of super crazy advanced setups like this. I think I'm like the only person doing this. I feel like I am. I'm the only person doing videos of it, at least. Then, of course, we need to go over here and grab a crafter for this. This is going to make tar and everything into a specific recipe needed to build the stuff. Now, of course, we also need to have room for splitters and things, like I said, in case I do need to split it all out. But there should be plenty of room if the inserter is here. Then we can output from this conveyor onto that line. That's not existing yet, but this will give us room for a splitter right here. Then we do a output from here. This will put my coke into this thing. I have 2, 3, I only have 1 tar so far. Okay. Now, we put in the crafter right here. Crafter's going in, and we're going to set up his recipe with 1 tar in the middle, and then the petroleum coke, we do need to split out 4, is what it looks like. So it's a 4 to 2, or yeah, 2 to 4 ratio, so it'd be 2 divided by 4 is 1 to 2. So we'll see how that works later, if it's able to keep up. If not, well, then we have a problem. But this enables me to run this machine. Now, the other thing we need to do is going to be weird, but just give me a second. Okay, never mind. It's not going to let me do it, but this arc furnace, we can't have this kind of stupidity going on with this. I only need 1 slot for input. The rest need to be empty. Which is a problem. The only things you're going to be able to put in the input slot. So what we're going to do to solve this, we're going to reroute this output to there. We're going to pull out what we can. And we're going to make it so that way, once it has like 1, it stops inputting. No, we can't do that. We need a way to make it not output into here. Because this, when you have this much in here, is a problem. Why is it a problem? Because I said it's a problem. Okay? See, there's 2 things we need to craft in this setup that all require the input for your silicon, which is going to be the things and the other things. And also, when this is done, it's going to go into a inserter over here and get inserted like so. But those can't get inserted yet. We also need to make sure that there is no connection or anything like that. Gotta put these in. I can't put them in, but I don't know why. Do I have to open it? Do it in liquid mode. Nope. Why? Am I dumb? Oh, it needs power before it opens. Then it will put them in. At least I have plenty of those. But then this is a problem here. This. See, it needs to stop sending to this because it's gonna try to put in stuff into here. I can't put items in there because it's not open yet, so we're gonna have to open it. And that's gonna involve me powering the machine in some convoluted way. Don't worry, it's not that bad. Just gotta run power through the ground. Right there. Nice. That's getting us started. Let's put in the 3 things. Ejector set up here. And I don't think this is going to produce enough of these to really need any kind of fanciness, but we're going to go ahead and do that anyway. And by fanciness, I mean we're going to just put like a hopper here and a crate at some point. So that way I have room for like as many as I want. That way if this thing ever shuts down, we can just keep producing sand and putting it in there. So that goes into my imaginary box that's not there yet. Conveyor, you don't really need to worry about how this goes in, as long as it goes in. But I will say it looks better if you do that. Then put that there. And then pretend that gets in there somehow through the imaginary box. And now, what we can do, we should be able to put in dirt. Cobblestone? Jesus, no, don't do that. What we need is some way to stop this thing from doing these extra slots. However, it should just only accept 20. We'll just try it. Or the solution is to insert to a hopper. Don't ask me why that's going to work, but I know it's going to work. And I know it's going to work because this will input it one at a time. So once the hopper has enough items, because the hopper is slow as shit, it won't do that shit. Just saying. This is how it's going to work because it makes the most sense. No, but then it's going to have this issue. So to solve this, what you would do is you'd actually have an output on it before you do that. Duh. Brain powers. Use your brains, peoples. Okay, we'll solve it. We'll solve the fight. This is one of the issues of all time. But really, it's simple. Just take these. I'm going to put a bunch of them down here. All 6 of these are required because I have 6 outputs. That will open it up again, and it will continue to do the recipe. Then we're going to take a waffle. We're going to make waffles now. The waffles are made here. Belgian waffles, obviously. Cool, huh? Not really. But just give it a second. Once we put in the drains, we'll be making waffles by the dozen. Then we're going to need hoppers underneath those to feed out that line of waffles to a conveyor system and put them into this thing. So this thing would be the next step. You put all your waffles in there. Where's my drains? Drains. I am looking for drains. Ah, I have them. Cool. So yeah, you take your waffles out. You're going to put them through the drains. Going to put them into the molds. You're going to make waffles this way. When you have that done, what's going to happen is you're going to have 5 billion of this. Pour, pour, pour. Good. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I ran out of conveyors, which is, or hoppers, which is really annoying because then we're down by a little bit. But that should constantly run the machine for making the silicon. Honestly, I feel like a splitter would be very much merited for this system now. Unless you prioritize the production of... what's it called? Instead of doing it this way, we reverse the priority. Let's go ahead and reverse that then. Yes, if it needs to be inverted, we're gonna do that by all means. No reason to not invert this thing. This thing is backwards. And we need to fix that. So that way, it's not inverted. Nice. And then we'll fix the next one. Next one's going to need to be the opposite of this one. Cool. And that should solve a lot of the issues we were having earlier. Because now it's going to actually make sense when it outputs. Logic. And of course, to make sure they're even, we have to do that whole shenanigan. That whole tomfoolery. So this is 3, that is 3. If I plug into there, it won't be even on both ends. As long as this is not more than 15, which it shouldn't be. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's probably like 14 or something. No, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was 11, 12. 11 or 12, so it will take a while before it has to request. Of course, we also could just rewire this to connect to wherever this is going to go. Over here, probably. For making the wafers. Because we do need to have a way for that to go somewhere. Alright, well, we'll send it over here. We're going to put it through another crafting machine underneath there. So... that's going to spaghettify everything, but this is going to make the actual insulators for my setup. I'm going to put it through the ground, and then the final crafting will be amazing. This is the part that everybody likes to see in this setup, is once we have this done, we have circuits being produced in mass quantities. And these are chips being produced, which are insane. There is other types of chips you can make, though. You have these type of chips, which require extra gallium arsenide wafers. Those will be made on another planet. However, I do already have the resources to make gallium arsenide, which is actually pretty interesting and probably deserves its own episode. Or stream. 4 hours of making gallium arsenide. Hello guys, welcome back. I'm gonna make some gallium arsenide today, and it's gonna be cool as shit. Probably not, really. But once this is full, it's going to send a signal back to the system to reset everything. So we'll just do that. Put in our wonderful cobblestone. Connect a cable. Then rewire the power through here. Cable connected. Get rid of this shit. Because it's not an XOR gate, so that won't work. Or, like, if one was on and the other one was not, and then it just switches over, does switching, that'd be weird. I don't think I would ever do a redstone system in such a complicated way. There's no point. And then, of course, this is pretty much all done. I just need to have this thing like this. Then it looks good. Cool. Nice. This is pretty much all I need to do. Then I have to go down to here and say, once we have so many of these done, send them to the next crafting station. But we're going to produce so many of them, we have to actually shut this thing down. So, like, this thing will produce enough of those per circuit. We might just take the signal out of the other side. Tell it to stop when it's got too full. And then just continue building in my three-dimensional stupidity. Yes, hopper, maybe. Because it's going to take a lot of them to actually get started making that. That's the thing I hate about this conveyor inserter. It's going to take so much to get it to do so little. Put that in, and that's going to give us the output we need. No? Never mind. It needs to be like this. Ah, nice. Good, now it's giving us the output we need. Now it's stopped. We're going to connect to here. A hopper. I don't have a fucking hopper. I know where there's one at. I know where one is hiding at, or was. It's not even still there. I think I got rid of it. I think I buried it. Yep, buried it. Let's go ahead and find out where the other hoppers are hiding. I know there's plenty of hoppers to go around. There should be 7,000 of them. Maybe not. Maybe not. There's not enough hoppers. We're running out of hoppers. Oh dear. God dang it. How do we run out of hoppers? Because of this guy. Suck it, nerd. You're going to go become a super useful piece of equipment over at the place where I need an actual hopper at. It might still be over there, honestly. I might have just put a machine on top of it and can't find it. But, still. It would have been nice to have it. We just don't. It's okay. This is where the actual comparator is going to go now. And technically, you could put a block through it and it could still read. You can read through blocks, but we're going to not do that. And it should just be an additional one length of signal. So now it's just going to go until this thing gets full. And when this thing gets full, well, you know what that means. It means you put a lot of stuff in it. Then what we're going to do to make that work better is we're going to put a cable here and put another crafter down there. And I don't know if I have a crafter for this, but we'll see. I also need my waffle stamp, so we're going to put my waffle stamp in the machine. We're going to be making waffles in mass quantities right here. So boom. That's the waffle stamp done. We just got to power it right here. This machine is complex, but it is working. And it is going to also produce silicon. Whatever silicon it has, it's going to burn it. Now, the other thing is a solid output is going to come out of this thing. So be ready for that. And how are you going to deal with that? I don't know. It depends on your setup, I suppose. And I guess what we're going to do for that is just pull it through the bottom so we can recycle it later. This would be really annoying if I don't have like an actual setup output for this, but that should do for now. Temporarily, that will be the way we solve that issue. We're going to install dirt. Install dirt right there. Cool. We're going to head over and grab the crafting table now. I think we might have one over here, but I'm not going to take that chance. It's going to waste time. We definitely have a couple in here. Still. And would you look at that? Some thorium. Get out of here. Scrap. Absolute scum of the earth scrap thorium. You know, I've made a net gain of connectors and shit for the fucking conveyors. You know how inefficient we must have been with those? Terribly. Actually, we probably weren't, and it probably made a lot of sense the way we did it. But, I don't know. That was ages ago. There was reasons for how I do things. So this is going to take one insulator. No, stop. Don't do that. Bad. Bad machine. One insulator. It's going to go in. And, yeah, that's the first step of crafting a circuit. As the insulator goes in. And then in addition to that, you need waffles. Silicon waffles. They're going to go in through this side. Silicon waffles in through here. The problem is that we don't have a method to hopper all the way over to there. So, yeah, we'll have to just do a regular conveyor that shuts off the system once it's full, or once it reaches a certain value. And that is kind of sad, but it is required. If you don't want to make any losses in your conveyor networks, there's only two ways of doing that. Comparators, which requires a little bit of brain power, and also just, in general, being efficient with your conveyors. Those are the two things that are going to help you in HBM mod. Not losing shit in your conveyors. This will not let anything get destroyed, and it won't let anything get evicted out of existence into the void. And so now, when I have this going, you'll see that it will output conveyors at whatever rate this outputs. And then, of course, we are just going to have to wait on this thing to power on. Did it do so? Yeah, this thing should be outputting now from here. Which now means I'm going to put in... It's backwards again. We have a problem. We have a problem. Oh dear. Not this again. Well, I suppose I could just turn that off, but not really. So this is an issue because this guy needs to be lower. So to do that, what we can do... Shit. Wait. Yeah, he needs to be lower. So the reason that didn't work is because he's not low enough. But like this. Then another one that goes in here. And of course, we can't power that now. And now everything is all out of whack as far as length goes. This is great. But now that one's shorter than this one, which means this one won't be on at the same time. Well, unless that one maxes out, because it did max out. I think it might be fine. We'll see if it isn't fine, if I have to fix it later, but it should be fine. So now we should be automatically running the machine. It needs another one. Let's go ahead and make that crate. The imaginary crate. Make it unimaginary. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna do this. Make it quick. I do need 4 more crates anyway, because we do produce a lot of shit here. Nice. That should do the trick. Now, why isn't my oil setup running? And I'm guessing it's clogged on everything else. Oh, it has no power, which also makes sense. Typical. To be expected, guys. How did I forget that part? I literally made it a mental note to try to do that. Who cares? Just plug it in. Plug it in right there. Right? Nah, it needs to actually go in through the power. Cool. And then all of that other stuff is going to get piped over there, eventually. So for now, this is the setup we're going to go with for our circuit production off of coal oil. It's a little weird compared to doing it from wood oil, where you literally make all of the products you need straight away, and then some aromatic hydrocarbons. But we are also producing all of the products we need, and then some aromatic hydrocarbons. And dumping tons of motor engine lubricant into the environment. So if you're an environmental enthusiast, come and get me, because I am destroying your environment. How dare I? Anyway, we're just going to take a look around and see what's going on with this. We're still getting vitriol on this thing. This thing's doing good. He's doing great work. How much spares have I made? Why is this making that happen? What? Where is he getting those from? How did he get... Oh. That makes sense. That makes a lot... I put them there. That's my fault. Keep going. Hurry up. Make more. And as you can see, it's going up in power, so it's going to shut off when it's made too many. The next step we need to solve is copper. So now that we've solved most of the steps, we're going to dump all of this shit into boxes. We're going to grab out all of those things. We're going to check my gold, make sure it's doing well. Then we're going to head over and inspect what we need to do for the ore processing. Because yes, we are going to be mining a shitty ore, but we are mining so much of it, it doesn't matter if it's shitty or not. We are producing tons of it. It's grade 1 ore. It's shitty ore. Dear God. Here we go to the processing setup. And we have this mess. But we're going to go ahead and do this in a way that makes sense. We're going to take crystalline bedrock ore and we're going to send it through its own setup. We're going to take primarily light oil is the first step. Head over, grab a box of conveyors. Stack of them. Give me that shit. But what I should do is just take out a little bit of those conveyors and put them in this line. Don't worry. Nobody's going to know there's a crate there. A buffer crate. Then we would do that. Output. And then we're going to set it before it's already doing this. But whitelist. No, don't blacklist. No. Whitelist. Nice. Now it's going to whitelist that for ejection. However, well, actually, no. Maybe. I'm thinking. My brain is churning. Okay, we're going to output this way before we do any of that. We are going to output this way. We also need to connect this to power somehow, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. Gonna do that. Then I should be able to output through a hopper this way. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this, this avoids any kind of loss, no matter what. If you really want to clog up your systems and don't want to have any potential to lose shit, because apparently you think it's valuable or something, do what I'm about to do. Use a hopper. Except we don't have any. Wait, oh, we have one. Good. That's exactly the amount I need. And now, when I eject, of course, you need to make sure the ejector is set correctly. Whitelist. This stuff. Only that should come out of the system. It's taking out fucking... Why are you doing this? You stupid imbecile. Stop with that. Only regular light bedrock ore should come out. It's taking out the other stuff. Why? Why? Okay. This is just unfair. The system's working against me now. It wasn't doing this shit earlier. What the hell? You kidding me? This is actually stupid. Maybe I gotta filter it better. Please stop doing this dumb shit. HBM mod. Why do you have to be so dumb? Okay, we're gonna do it correct. So, if that doesn't work, what you're gonna do to solve that issue is just make more buffers. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I have the solution. You'll be fine. But the first step is always washing in every single process. But we're not going to run everything through the same washing machine because it's stupid to do that. It's stupid. Okay? You're going to clog every washing machine and shit with shit you don't need. The shit that's important needs to have its own line, and the shit that isn't can have its own line. So we're gonna install a sorter. I saw one. I know I saw one right here. We're going to take this and an acidizer, which we have like 20 acidizers in storage, which is absolutely insane. That's like, if you think about how many resources that is a ton of resources. Okay. Install that. We're going to take a light metal sorter. And that's going to go on the yellow side. Yes, yellow side. We're going to put in yellow on that side. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and say yellow is going to go out this way. He's going to go straight to his inserter. And he's going to do great things. And I don't think he's going to need any special kind of treatment. I think he's going to be fine to just be set up how he's going to be set up. So we're going to take an inserter. The rest of those will go to a box. We're going to take out the box. We're going to reinstall the box. And it's going to work. And we're going to do an ejector here, which is going to look weird, but I mean, to be fair, let's not do that. Let's just do an ejector straight away. Then what we're going to do is take wildcard from purple, and we can output wildcard out green. Anything that doesn't belong in my filtration system will get spat out on this side, which is going to put it inside of a box for permanent temporary storage. Yeah, for that kind of storage right there. Same thing's going to happen on this side. And then, of course, we need to eject all of the stuff that's in the box out into the system. Well, or just go through it manually. So now, it's being a fucking asshole and putting this shit in here. God damn it. Only change. Right click to change. Item and metadata match. Yes. No. What the fuck? Did I see that happen correctly? Hold on, we'll see how this works. Light metal, light metal, light metal. We'll see if he's Greg Teched enough to make it so I can do this properly. They should all go out that way. If any of them go out the other side, we have a problem. Science is working. The science, I told you all, will work. Just have to become some kind of nuclear physicist engineer guy. Let's go over to here. Let's check my actual output right now. We're running out of power in that. Okay, good thing I checked. Because otherwise, we'd probably be doing pretty bad. Increase the power output. Good. So it has enough energy to sustain itself for a while. And it's going to recharge now, right? Cool. The problem is we're running 4 drills off of one of these. So that's where the power problems are probably going to start coming from. Of course, this setup needs to be powered by other methods. So this is good, though. This is a good start. We'll connect in a couple RTGs to see it start running. Because I don't want to connect it to main power yet. So we'll do some electrical engineering here. Become electrical engineer. We'll set up this system. So we'll just power everything with these temporarily. It'll be temporary because I'm not even sure how to connect this yet. I haven't looked into it, so I'm not sure how to connect it. Because I have specific methods of how power connects. I have, in all my bases, I run an input and an output line. And also, do these connect or is that just me? They are connected. Wait a second. Does that increase the power generation they give? I think it might increase the power generation they give if they're connected. Holy shit. Maybe. I don't know. That's weird, but it's okay. I suppose. Right now it's hydrogen peroxide. We need to set it to water. And if it's set to water, cool. We can take water from there and put it into there. So grab some piping. And that's the primary setup right there. This probably will work for other materials as well, but we're not going to mess with that. So we're just going to take water, run it to here, like so. Nice. And that's gonna put my water in. No, that's not fucking water. That's fucking slop. Don't do that. Water. Nice. Sewage. Sewage was being inputted at first, but now it's working. Then the next step is to take this thing. Once it's washed, either you centrifuge or you centrifuge. Shred or centrifuge. Shred or centrifuge. So you wash it and then you centrifuge it. Remember how we can do this thing? Pretty easy. Pretty easy. Just take a hopper. Yet again, another hopper. How many hoppers will I use? Too many hoppers. But we're going to take this hopper. We're going to set up a way to do this pretty effectively. We also need electricity to power the actual combination oven that comes after this. Or whatever machine comes after this, I would say. Electrical heater would be nice. Of course, it'd be really cool if we could just put it right next to the thing, but unfortunately you can't do that. So what you can do is this. Now it's getting outputted to. Now it's got power. That is absolutely how it should be done. The next step is to send out whatever this makes, which is going to be 2 of the chunks of this. Oh wait, that's a primary fraction. Let's see. So the primary fraction can go into a centrifuge for iron or into a combination oven and roast it to get that, which then can be processed for iron again or processed through another acidizer step. So this is the first step, okay? Then we go into a combination oven. We're gonna go steal from the old setup. I mean, relocate from the old setup. Soy Jack Industries is no longer in business of making copious quantities of circuits that will be this place. We need to get copper, though. That is the thing I need. So however we get copper, we need to find that out. So copper is made in bedrock processing as a fragment from your light metal after the sulfuric step, or if you go to Ike, but from the sulfuric step, primarily. Although it might also be produced in the other portions of it. Light metal bedrock ore, washed and treated with sulfuric acid, does also give you a little bit. So we are probably going to run the whole process for light metal. This also is going to give us large amounts of iron, which are used to make steel. This is a double-edged setup, because now all I need after that is coke, which means I can process the non-metal setup to make coal and lignite, which both can also be turned into coke. So, kind of going to take a lot of time to get all this bedrock processing done, but let's just say that all of it goes together, and all of it will turn out very important stuff. So yeah, all of these were running water, which is what they ran. I'm going to take all of those and then probably some of these, if I can find ones that are not full of stuff. Because this place did not run very well, so it tends to have a lot of stuff left over in it. Although this one, oh yeah, that thing did not run well. Did not run well at all. Oops. Is that supposed to happen? I don't think that is. I don't really care. It doesn't matter anymore. This is not a setup that we're going to be running anymore. We probably won't run it all to the last step. I don't really want to run them all to the last step. If we start running any of them to the last step, please tell me to stop immediately. Unless it's actually worthwhile. Let's continue. If it's not worthwhile, then we don't need to be doing it. Alright, we're just going to run on over to the setup. But it's not even an oil setup anymore at this point. At this point, we're doing a highly technical engineering, multifaceted project. Many moving pieces to it. From drilling to a nuclear reactor to a fusion reactor to a second coal oil setup. with a silicon circuit production line. This is a very strange contraption indeed. So what we're doing right now is centrifuging out that, and clearly what you don't want is this. But what do we say about this? You roast it first, then you will take it to the next step. So we're going to just do, since I don't really care about the efficiency of this one, we are going to eject, but only eject this. So we're going to whitelist. That gravel is relatively useless. Feel free to shred it for more sand. Because the more sand you have, well, let's just say more sand means more circuit production. And that's the primary purpose of this setup. It's deliberately designed to make circuits en masse. Purpose built. That's a good thing. So we're going to send that to a shredder probably to process that to sand, so we can output it to over there. This is going to be a lot of conveyors and stuff going on, I think. There might even already be, no there isn't. So really we're just primarily producing slop into the sand, and that makes oil as well. It's a byproduct of running the tar from coal oil, which really doesn't cost that much to make, since it only takes like 200 to make a little bit of this. It gets you like 1600 bitumen back, so it's really worthwhile, because you can take 100 coal oil or something like that, make it into a tar, and get 1600 of your return value. The other option, if you need that, is to run wood tar. And now if you run wood tar, you're going to be making a lot more, because you can just make it constantly. And wood tar is a constant, like, ever-flowing process of just, oh, solidify wood oil, solidify wood oil. You keep running that, eventually you're going to have so much of the stuff that it's not even going to matter. You're going to have less sand than it. The sand is what you're going to have to worry about being the bottleneck. This setup, the bottleneck is the tar. Clearly. That's okay. We can deal with that. So once we have this done, we're going to take this, going to put this up, and boom. Boom. I really would like to use a electrical method of powering this thing, because honestly, if we do a fluid power method, it's going to take a lot of piping, and I don't want to do that. So no extra piping is going to be required for this stupidness. Just cables. I might even have an electrical heater in storage, so that will be pretty useful. Although I am kind of curious, does this actually need to go through this thing, or can it go through an alternative? Once you got those, you would wash them. Oh, liquid hydrogen. So if you run it through that with high performance solvent right away, you get this. What does this even get you? Gets you a bunch of that stuff, but what does this one get you? Oh, it gets you more iron. Oops. I don't really care about that. Primary fraction. Oven roasted. Oh, okay, so you can run it through the pyrolysis oven if you don't wash it first. But if you do wash it, which we're doing right now, you go to make this stuff after you centrifuge it, or you roast it. Then once you've roasted it, it has to go through that sulfuric acid step. So roast it, then sulfuric acid step? I'm really kind of unsure on this. Roast, then we would go to the sulfuric acid step. Where is that? Roasted, sulfuric acid. That gives you that. Okay, maybe this isn't the way to do it. We might just, oh yeah, you can just put it through hydrogen. You get this one. But if we run it through sulfuric acid, that's going to also give us a little bit of this side product, which So yeah, I just go straight to sulfuric acid. I feel like it's going to be fine. Unless somebody else has a better suggestion and knows what they're doing and talking about. But I don't know that anybody does. So we're going to just ignore that and go with the simple answer because it's probably the correct answer. Just use Occam's razor or something. I don't see any heaters, unfortunately. That's a little bit disappointing. Gonna be quite honest. What we could do is power it off of any other methods of powering it. Could literally run it off of coal coke, but I'm not gonna do that. Run it off of coal gasoline. We don't even produce coal gasoline, do we? Because we just take the coal oil straight up and get rid of it. Which also makes bitumen in that process as well. So I am really concerned with how I'm going to power this thing. Because I really don't want to use... I don't want to use liquids. And I don't want to use a liquid heat exchanger. Unless I power off of a reactor, that's not going to work. We could do a solar boiler to power it, but that's also not powerful enough. We could use the heat exchanger, but that's being used for the other stuff. I don't want to make that. So yeah, we're kind of at a loss for like how I'm going to power this. But hold on. I'm going to just make a fucking heater. Make a heater. Electric space heater machine. Look at that. Not that hard, is it? It's not that bad. Trust me. It's not that bad. Okay? Could be a whole lot worse. I mean, it is kind of bad, honestly. Now that I think about it. Well, the only really bad thing is the polymer. But we got Bakelite. Bakelite is polymer. It's not bad. Look, if it was bad, it'd be bad. Wait a second. Oh, I just need to have it in my inventory. Never mind, I don't even mean to bother with that stuff. Iron ingots. Ingots. Ah, there they are. I knew there was some hiding in there because I'd seen them long ago. I was like, is that some fucking fluid spilling out of my portal? I just looked up and was like, what is that spilling out of my portal? Dear God. That is some SCP level stuff. But it was actually just the anvil. It was just the anvil. That's what the liquid was that was spilling out of my portal. It was there for a second, but now it's not. We need 8 of those ingots of copper. Ingots for copper. They should be in this box. This box. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're probably going to need a lot more of these heaters. If I run everything off of these heaters. I really don't want to. Because then I'm going to be making a lot of circuits. Although, the whole point of this setup is to automate circuits. And it is going to do that. Now that we've done that, we have this. We need some steel plates, and that should be about it. And a circuit. But all that's done. All of that's done. So we just gotta clean up a little bit. We need steel plates and a circuit. Go over and grab 8 pieces of steel and convert them into plates. For the circuit. Do we even use this thing? I could use that in the setup. Technically. I'm not gonna. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Gonna just make my heater. Gonna run over to my setup. No, not this one. Right here. Just gotta plug this thing in and it should be fine. Somehow. Find out how to plug it in. That's the first step. How do you want to plug it in? Left or right? Fucking directions. Oh, fuck. Is that close by? Nope. Right in the mountain. Oh, we might want to go check that, though. Do job, do good thing. Yeah. 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 Go up. Go into the thing. Do it. Do it. Now. There we go. It's doing God's great work here. Doing God's great work. God's great work. Inserting. Turn it on. This will produce vitriol, which is fairly useful. We'll send that over there for processing. That's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to let this thing run. This is very much satisfying if you're into satisfaction or something. Being satisfied about how my machines are set up. Light metal, bedrock ore, roasted, primary fraction. But it says earth. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I was like, oh, rare earth? No, fuck that shit. Give it more power. That way it cooks them faster. It is producing vitriol, which is good. Great for the environment, for those enthusiasts out there. Once I start dumping it, that is. If you don't know what vitriol is, it's just sulfuric acid with extra steps. So then, as I have this, I can either process it down for 18 of those, or push it to the next step. I can either do that, this, but this one makes the most sense. Go sulfuric X. And from there, from this step onwards, we won't need another one of these. So that should solidify that issue. There should be no problems with that. So don't worry, I won't need to make another electric space heater thing. I hope. But we should be fine to continue on with the further objectives. We really need Dosto back so he can sort all my shit. He's a great organizer for all of that. He's high quality at organizing. Organization. He's gonna come back and he's gonna be like, why do you have 400 crates that are just strewn about the land full of random shit? He did organize all the shit on his own, which was amazing. But so now we have this, and we need to do some more steps with it. We need to do a extraction from here. Or no, not an extraction. We need to eject from there. Put it into another ore acidizer. Another one. Neat. Like this. And then we're going to... We are quite literally making the most Gregic HBM setup, which is a weird statement because I don't think it's even possible. Set this to sulfuric acid, which we can pipe over from another setup. Cool. Power it with a cable that will run between the two. Hold on a second. Hold on a sec. Oh, those are just like cables so they share power between them? Look, because they're connected. I guess they're sharing power between each other. I don't know how that works. But hey, look at that. We're making that shit now. So now this guy is going to process that until he has too much gravel, which we can promptly dispose of in a shredder to make more sand. The sand can be sent, again, to this guy, who probably can't keep up with the amount of sand he's got. But we'll see. Once that's done, we'll have even more circuits being produced. I don't see any extra things in there. Nope. No new circuit things have been made. However, he has stopped making waffles, as you can see, because you can't make more waffles here. Like, he can't make more waffles because if he does, well, then we have a problem, because then it's going to overflow. But the waffles, they actually need to go in here. Right there. See that? That's how they need to go. Now he should eject waffles again. Because it will put it 4 in there, so he ejected 4 to keep it up. He will always maintain that same quantity of waffles at all time. 18 in reserve or whatever. Or actually a stack in reserve, but... Yeah, so the vitriol can be processed for sulfuric acid. If we check, vitriol is able to actually be processed down for sulfuric acid. If we don't want to pipe it super duper far, this gives you 500. This gives you a little bit of chlorine gas in addition to it. I would say we should do that here on site, because then I don't have to pipe chlorine or sulfuric acid all the way over. However, Would it make sense to make it here? Probably. We're going to go ahead and set up my chlorine tank. I should have an extra electrolyzer in storage. I mean, it's not even extra. It's just necessary. We should have one laying around. Yep, somewhere. Okay, we have this. What I do need from here is to take this, put it through, give it a storage area, probably over here by the other sulfuric acid tank, which we're going to need another tank for soon. We're also going to need to tear this shit down. This is not good. Okay, let's look at how this energy is set up, because it's not done correctly. If that is a pull in there... No, it isn't. That is that's the nitric acid input. Is this clogged? No, it isn't. Holy shit, though. It's got a ton of shit it needs to do. We need to keep up with getting that nitric acid pipe installed. We actually need that shit now. We have no choice. We need a nitric acid pipe for this thing. But we're going to disconnect this from power, and we're just going to power it through that. Because this is in the way. So, need my cable drum, which is not on me, where it should be. This will give me a couple extra cables, too. But that is the setup we are going to use to power it. We're going to head over here and grab out some cable drum. Head over, cable drum. And I think we'll only need one. They can only go 10 meters, for those who don't know. The other ones, the tall ones, can go 20. Nice. See that? That is connected. Now it is applying power to this thing when it needs power. As it needs power. Because this thing does some funny stuff. Okay, it does a lot of funny stuff. Anyway, we need to get nitric acid to it. So I'm going to have to make like a whole bunch more pipe anchors. Because this guy over here produces nitric acid. Ooh, nice. I'm going to look for a BAT or something. I don't think we have any that we're not using. So we're kind of stuck there. We're going to have to make another one. Unless it's in here. Nope. Yeah, it's gone. So, yeah, we're kind of going to just have to either not use... I don't know what these are rated to hold. I'm going to be honest. I don't believe this can hold sulfuric acid. It can hold chlorine gas, though. I don't believe it can hold nitric acid, actually. That's the thing. It can hold sulfuric acid, not nitric acid. We're going to go over to here and set up my vitriol processing setup next to the sulfuric acid. And then when I need more storage, we're just going to pull the Russian method. If you all don't know what I'm talking about, just look at any Russian player's world. You'll see they have 10,000 of these stacked. Like a fucking tower. We'll do that shit. We'll copy them. When in doubt, copy somebody else's work, guys. That's how you'll make it through college or something. I don't know. You'll do great things that way. When in doubt, cheat it out. Okay, this is not going to fit here. Because this cable's in the way. And I really want it to fit here. It's kind of a requirement at this point. So that's good. Vitriol doesn't really produce anything else besides mercury. What we could do is just put it on the edge and put it on the inside. Somebody sent me a message on Discord. I heard it on my Linux device. Hello. Welcome? Ah, nice. In fact, that reminds me. Invite to server. Copy the link. So this way, anybody who does want this thing can actually join. Because the joke is the link was broken on April Fool's Day last year. As an April Fool's joke on April Fool's Day. So that's not a joke. It's a real thing. Don't ask how that makes any sense. And if it doesn't make any sense, then you don't understand the joke. It's April Fool's Day joke. Okay? You won't get it. So then, of course, this is going to be my sulfuric output. If I just line it up correctly. Why am I being so the word would be OCD with the machine, but I kind of want it to look pretty. So that way when I show this place off, everybody's like, holy shit, you made a factory that completes HBM mod and makes every single chemical in the game. This is literally what I have. if you're wondering, this produces every chemical in HBM mod in one single facility. For the most part, like 90% of them. Even terbitic acid is being produced in this. Not here, but down there. And I'm sure you can hear it. If you hear that humming in the background, let's go ahead and check it out. But this thing, down here, it's not my doing, but is the doing of my assistants, who have done absolutely amazing work. This is the self-sustaining fusion reactor with a energy storage grid, supposedly an energy storage grid. This is nice. Good job on this. I know you're gonna watch this, so good job on that. I'm absolutely satisfied with how that is. Compressed air goes into there. This is my area. This is what I did. This is my contribution to the project. A pretty simple little area where we do the Zernox stuff. If you all haven't been following, but this is pretty much a fully automated setup for Zernox. And we'll take Zernox and turn it into depleted plutonium fuels, which I probably have too much of. Oh, dear God, it's a squid farm, too. This is a fucking squid farm, too. Shit. See, it just spawns squids and it kills them in the conveyor belt. That's absolutely the most simple it could ever be. But this, just running solvent now. We have solvent in there. Does it have an output on this? Have you actually set up an output? Oh, yes, look at that. 49 tritium powder so far. Now, the problem is that, I mean, if you've been following, we've been talking about how this thing even works for the past few episodes, but essentially, resources come in from the asteroid mining facility. They send resources this way. That's going to be your plutonium, your gold, and your other substances, including mercury and stuff, which I haven't even piped in the mercury. Let's go ahead and actually do that now, since it is a very crucial thing to pipe. Let's get pipe anchors and let's just start fucking setting everything up. Yep, got another person. Another message. Welcome. Nope. What was that one about? That one must be a warning. My computer's about to explode. No! Linux machines are super nice. I like that. But yeah, that's pretty much gold. Gold goes through there, and it becomes stuff for the RTGs. And the RTGs power pretty much the entire setup. Except for that. They power the entire upper setup. This portion. And so they also make mercury. The goal was to have everything automated. But we haven't automated that yet. So it's kind of a couple steps away from us getting there. This guy makes nitric acid. This is really loud. Like, I hear it rumbling. Am I above the turbines? This is where the turbines are. Well, let's go ahead and make some pipes. Anchors. Because we are going to need a lot of anchors today. Anchor. News anchors, pipe anchors. Look at that. The recipe's changed, I think. That is weird. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not remember the recipe looking like that. But we're going to just take a couple stacks of steel. Oh dear. What if I made like a ton of these? That would be terrible. But just a stack of that should do the trick. That's going to do the plates. So here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to go over to here. I'm going to go ahead and put in my steel. That should be everything I need. Going to make pipes. Then we have our pipe anchors done. These things are expensive for what they are. Oh, it is Discord. It is Discord. Cool. Cool. Nice. Nice. This is a moment of all time. And I only needed 3 stacks and 32 to make 64 pipe anchors. How many have I used? Probably about 2,000. But that's fine. It's okay. It's okay to use this many pipe anchors. Now, is this really going to take it to where I need it to go? Or do I actually want to go through the ground to do this? What do I think is better? Through the ground or just take it? This is not going to go where I need it to go. Okay. We'll try piping it through the ground. Also, we need to do the other part of this, which isn't just chlorine or anything like that. Like, yeah, we need chlorine too, but we're also going to need to set up a system to vent those things if we have too much. If we have too much sulfuric acid, it needs to vent. And then if we have too much chlorine gas as well. Because, yes, we can produce chlorine gas and not even use this stuff. Anyway, when we have too much of this, it needs to vent. And when we have too much of that, it needs to vent. And then this needs to power that thing. So it actually has power. We have to get power to that. Through these. Or just connect it up via cables. I think that would be the most logical way of doing this. Just the cable at this point. GTNH style cabling. Make your cables super visible. Make it nice and pretty. Nice cable grid here. Nice. No. That was bad. But hey, it's gonna be fine. Wait, this can go right over it too. I just realized we can build this straight. And the idea is that eventually it will replace the cables down there, so then everything is on the same grid of cables. That is the way to do it. Okay, that's the way to do it. It's just to build a giant grid of cables, and then at the end of the day, you're done. There's no more cabling and stuff. There we go. Cabled. It's cabled. Nice. And then we could keep building it, but that should be fine. Then we can take out that thing. No. But we connect this thing to that thing, so we can figure that out. There we go. That should power everything it needs to power. At least I hope it does. Okay. This is the setup of all time now. So we need to get nitric acid into here, and there's already a connector for that, kind of. So what we really need to do is just go ahead and hook it up through the ground, probably. So we'll tear down this thing, because it probably isn't aligned anyway. Yeah, it's kind of off-center there. But we're going to tear that down. Does this just not connect to anything? What is this thing even for? What connected to that? I don't even know. Nitric acid. And we're just going to find a way to plug into this pipe. We're going to tear it out before we mess this up, but connect pipe there. See where it can go. Probably, actually, no, we need to go one block down. At least. So, do a couple pipes first. Is the trick. This way, everything's under the ground and you don't see the pipe anchors. I like the pipe anchors. Like, if you have them in the ground, it's like a sewage network of slop and whatever materials you need. We're not going to do that now. We're just going to do this. So I'm going to take my pipe anchor, pipe error, pipe start. I'm going to go ahead and start my piping journey. Pipe to glory. Okay, so about here is where it needs to go. Probably that one. Slap it. Cool. Continue onwards. This one's too far. This one is going to have some three-dimensional trigonometry, so you got to be careful with this one. I hate three-dimensional trigonometry. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Pythagorean theorem, get out of here. Go. Now! Go. No Pythagorean theorem. Leave. Stop. Stop with the Pythagorean theorem. And then they can just go to here. And if you wanted to, with bedrock oil or bedrock ore processing, you can actually get nitric acid out of that by, or well, niter, by just setting it up correctly. Continue onwards, and then, oh, I think this is it. 8, 9, here we go. Perfect. There's our nitric acid movement. 9 again, which ends us right at the block we need it to be. Then we just install those pipes, and it's done. This is the nitric acid piping that we need to do. Go ahead and say nitric acid. With that, it should have toggled all of the pipes to be the correct color. If it didn't, just slap them and it will make the right color. And that's also going to start up the processing for this. Assuming that we connected it to the correct machine. Which we didn't. Of course we didn't. How did I guess? How would I have known that? I didn't do it correctly. It's fine. We can still connect into that. We just have to do a little bit more of piping. We could just connect this to the thing, you know, like, you know, I could connect it. But we're gonna do it this way. Because it makes more sense. Makes more sense, okay? Bypass all of that extra pipe anchorage and just use less pipe anchors. Because they're expensive. And they cost a lot of steel when we don't have steel production en masse yet. Sulfuric acid pipe. Nice. That is now positioned correctly. And my nitric acid production is running at full speed. I could set up more chem plants off of that, technically. Alright, this is fun to watch. The nitric acid go through, but let's go deal with the problems that we're having with... Oh, is liquid nitrogen being a problem? Oh no, that's what we use. Okay. We don't need this thing running constantly anyway. These are just dumping out things like oxygen, carbon dioxide, and krypton gas. Which are coming from the atmosphere, so I'm not producing it. And I feel like we are actually producing smog now. So, this guy stopped because he's got too much naphtha and sulfur, which is rather useless to us. This sulfur is going to go all the way over to here. Which we probably should just use a drone for this. But he needs sulfur to make sulfuric acid. I'm pretty sure he's low. He is kind of running out. We'll just restock him. And then, what do you need? You're good? Cool. Are you good? And what we should be doing is running, we should remove these. Just pipe. Well, no, it'll be fine. Just leave it. It doesn't need to produce sulfuric acid for, you know, we could just run it from this thing, technically. But we're going to be fine to leave it there. So now, we just got to do a few more things. Well, a lot more things. Things? Yeah. We have to pipe every fluid from this thing to where it goes in that thing. So that's a challenge, isn't it? It's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be the world's greatest challenge. Don't worry, we've got it. Noise. This will just be my naphtha since it's the most clogged right now. And of course, tear out the ground so there's space for us to see the trenching pipages we're gonna do. But naphtha should go all the way over to here. This stuff really not that useful right now. But we're gonna put this in the rubber machine so it makes rubber. Feed it to the rubber machine, the rubber gods. They must be satisfied. With copious amounts of sulfur and other stuff. This is ridiculous. I mean, we can't really deal with the naphtha any other way, so it's kind of a... Really don't have a choice. Are we not getting any coal powder? Is this too slow? Do we need more? We need more drills. Asteroid miners. Need more of them. Okay, let's just continue going through what I need to fix. How I need to fix it. So we did say we want to pipe the vitriol over. That'll be the next step. After I get this shit set up. I want to say it's 9, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 9, 10. 10 should be fine. Install. Oh, look at that. I was right. Do it again, right here. That should be 9, technically. Boom. And the only reason you can do 9 is because of the 3-dimensional Pythagorean theorem stuff is really annoying. That's too far. 10 won't work, but do 8 then. Try to get it close to 9 as possible. If you can't hit 9, try to get close to it. Can't hit 10, get close to it. Go down here and install another one. Oh my god. It's like 30 different pipes are just colliding with each other right there. It's ridiculous. It's like a triple pipe junction. Except it isn't. It's literally just how I'm piping the naphtha. And every other material that this thing produces. Pretty sure solvent goes through that. That's a petroleum gas pipe. But that should be my next pipe. Then I can pipe it right into the naphtha. Let's go. Got it. Right there. Pipe types don't match. Where is the naphtha pipe at then? By the way, just to check. This can technically run through that pipeline. If we can connect the naphtha together, it'd be smarter than doing what we just did there. Because that goes right through and doesn't even connect to anything. Yes, but where does it, I don't even remember where I placed that one. Holy shit, this place is a mess. When it comes to piping, do it right. Not how I just did it. Okay, it's not on this side. This side is really complicated anyway. And it's not on this side. So which side is it on? Where did it go through? Okay, is it that? Is it... Oh, it stops right here. Ah. There we go. But this is naphtha, so let's just hook into that thing. Alright, just shift-click the thing that become naphtha. We're gonna right-click this and just slap it on there. Where's that? The naphtha pipeline is right here. Nice, and it's making more solvent. Hell yeah. That's what I want to see, solvent production. Keep going with the solvent production. Nice. We're gonna get the vitriol piped in too. Oh, it just did another batch. It isn't being super efficient with these, it's just kind of running whenever it wants. That is a problem. But it's doing well. Look at that. Quite a few of those, and honestly, all I need to supply is the actual other stuff. The copper wires, which are arguably the hardest thing to produce right now. But we will have them automatically produced. We could just do it through the plant there, but that's actually going to become a motor production facility. What we're going to do with that is we're going to make motors, because those are expensive and annoying to make too. But, again, another but. There's an exception that they're not that bad. It's true to say that they're annoying, but they're not that bad. And we can literally make them with all of the materials we get from space anyway. You get redstone, you get some copper, you get some iron in there. Okay, you're cooking with gasoline. Here we can make steel, and also the copper we need for the other wires, which kind of supplements what we are making over there. I'm going to go here, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to run over and grab some real piping. Well, for when I need it the most. Once I get past this and get into there, we're going to have to follow the rules of the fence, which are pretty simple. Use aluminum pipes at the head. Don't use them anywhere else. Actually, that's just the rule for everywhere. In general, you shouldn't be just using only aluminum pipes, because then you're wasting out on your other surplus pipes. And speaking of, we could have tore down all of those. And we should have. Should have torn them out all down. Alright, so go ahead and vein mine 7. Max the vein miner. Vein miner 9. All the mods. Hell yeah, look at that. Perfect. Got enough to do some stuff. Run the pipages into the pipages. Soy Jack Industries presents Soy Industry. Soybeans. Eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. Boy, that's Reese's Puffs. Oops. Oh, okay, here we go. So after we do this step, with combination oven roasted, we need to pipe sulfuric acid in from the main setup. And we also need to output our stupid amounts of vitriol, offload that, make it into stuff over there, and run it through the processing. Okay, well, we're gonna be GTNHing everything today. It will literally look like a Greg Tech setup in HBM mod. Kind of, sort of. I don't know. I feel like that's what it's becoming. It's becoming automate everything like it's super symmetry. But honestly, this is the most fun I think I've ever had messing around with how much I can automate. Because we've successfully automated almost the circuits. We've re-automated it. Tore it down and built it again. Built it new. And improved. Okay, we're gonna head over to here. About 10 blocks. 10 blocks, dig down 1 block. And we're on to the fun stuff that everybody doesn't want to see. 10 meters, I think it will be fine. See, that's the fucking shit that's annoying. When you put it in and it says, too far away, it's 10 meters. What is it, 10.8 or something? You're just not telling me the point? How about you display a decimal, or, no, how about you display a float, Mr. HBM? Display a float. Please. Wait, does Java even have floats, or does that C? I don't even know. Don't even know. Maybe I can't criticize. Alright, this one. And then it's gonna say, too far, 10.8. 10.8 metric units. Units metric. Meters. Meters. Connection. Gotta get the vitriol over there. We have to get there fast. Is this one also 9? That one's 10. So we're gonna do this one. Noise. Remember, if it goes over 9, it's probably not gonna be fine. Okay, bury everything. Continue onwards. Should be about here that we have to stop. Then we're gonna dig into the ground and place another one. Then we're gonna go ahead and go a little bit further. Go to about here. Do the same thing. This part's boring. I fucking hate this shit. I want to get to the next step of automation, but I have to plug in all of my pipes first. Because, I mean, we did have the problem with that thing not running. Not this thing, but the thing behind that thing, which is an electrolysis plant for the fucking gold. It's fine because we don't really need that much gold anyway, but it is kind of annoying to have to go back and do that because I didn't get to it in a previous episode. Just connect in there. Nice. That works fine. We're gonna have a pipe intersection right here. Intersection right here. I mean, it doesn't do any functionality, but it is kind of weird looking. Pipe intersections. We're almost there. We are almost there, guys, and I'm about to celebrate once we reach it. Oh, fucking hydrogen peroxide. Get fucked. Asshole hydrogen peroxide, babe. We're gonna install this. Cable, pipe, cable, pipe. Pipe, cable, pipe, 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 cable. Cable, pipe, pipe. Pipe, cable, pipe. Thing. This is gonna be nitric, this is gonna be vitriol. Instead of vitriol, it's kind of red. This is this is not fuming nitric. I was gonna say fuming. This is sulfuric acid. He is a great friend of ours. With extra steps, of course. Everybody can go ahead and Google vitriol, and it will pull up that it is basically sulfuric acid with extra steps. That's why it's going to make sulfuric acid and chlorine here. But in reality, I don't know if it even has chlorine in it. We'll find out. Maybe it can. Maybe it can't. Who knows? Chlorine. Yes, for the other one. There's also mercury production. But we can just send that straight over to the barrel. That should be good. It needs to be set to vitriol still. For the receiving end. For the reception end. Oh dear. Every single pipe should be set to vitriol now. Cool. Reception end should be vitriol as well. Nice. This is pulling in my vitriol, giving me some iron powder back for the cost of it. Which I don't know what we're going to do with that, really. I mean, I guess you could save it. Mercury, of course, needs to be turned into a fluid and sent over. I'm getting another Discord message, aren't I? Nope. Getting something on my PC. Hold on. Go away, 5 seconds. Neat. It says restarting in 2 hours. But it's what's been saying this entire time. I don't think it's restarted in 2 hours. I would like a logo whenever it starts. Interesting. Well, who knows? Who knows? It's probably just somebody in Discord waving. Sending a wave message. Yeah, it was somebody doing that. Okay. Well, at least I checked and made sure it was running. Okay, cool. Hydrogen. We might need that. Probably not. I like how it's all in line perfectly. We're gonna get another tank for mercury right here. I don't really want to make that. We'll have to find one that's not being used for anything and just repurpose it. Which we have a quantity of tanks here. This place is absolutely insane. This guy is making chlorine gas, and he is also making sulfuric and nitric acid. Really, we need to pull out the mercury, put it into a tank, probably right here somewhere. We also need to pull out the other stuff, put it into a tank as well. We're going to go ahead and run over and do that. I believe that we should have extra tanks over here somewhere. If not, there's definitely one not there. Okay, cool. We might have some in here. I don't know if we do. We'll just check. Verify that there isn't extra of anything. It's been a while since I've been up there. Ah, this is water. Whoever put this here, you suck. Don't put water there. Also, don't need those. I need this, though. And I need the other thing as well. For my secret super project. My super duper secret super project of all time. We did leave all of the fucking tanks on the moon. And that's sad. That is a sad thing indeed. Check the energy on this thing while we're at it. It's probably burnt through one, so it's probably down on energy. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, it's good. It's good. It's fine. Water can be repurposed to become the next tank for the fucking mercury. And then we're going to be piping mercury into it. So if everybody's excited for mercury piping, get ready for the long base of all time to get a new expansion pack, the mercury pack. This pack includes a mercury tank for mercury storage and mercury fun. I mean, I suppose this works. I just have to pull from here and somehow insert to there. Not impossible because of hoppers. It is potentially feasible to pull out of a hopper and then pull from an ejector and into an inserter. Maybe. Nope. Inserter. Fucking no. Okay. We're not putting it there. It would have to be a different angle. So shift to the block. We're going to do what I originally planned to do. Or not. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, if I really want to do this, no, I gotta use this one. I should use this one. It makes the most sense. Or pull from this one. Actually, I can squeeze this in here if I'm smart. And I'm kind of smart. If I go like this, then do this, and then I can do this, which, I mean, this isn't really anything special. This is just regular HBM mod. This is typical. Oh dear, that's not what goes in there. Please don't do that. That's not what I need. Set it to whitelist. Mercury, my favorite substance to use. Oh my gosh. Come on. And then we're gonna go ahead and say mercury. We're gonna set this to mercury now. Nice. And that should just deposit mercury. Except it isn't. But why? How dare you not accept the mercury? What's the issue? What's the holdup? It's almost like we can do it at the other place. What's your problem, man? What's your problem, guy? Hey, man, what's your problem? It's okay. If that didn't work, well then, I am an engineer. I make solutions and problems. I know exactly how to do this. And it's gonna make a little bit less sense because now I have to adapt it to put it into the barrel. But that's okay. Because as an engineer, I can say that this shit's fucking cursed. God damn, look at all the fucking pipes in the ground and shit. Cursed shit. Cursed. This setup is cursed, and if you build your house here, you're gonna get haunted by demons or some shit. Where is my thing that I use to barrel? The words, barrel? Iron barrel, of course, strikes my mind. We're going to connect barrel here. We're going to set barrel from water, which we don't like, to Gatorade. Silver Gatorade. Okay. We're going to take this one. We're going to set it to output mode. This way it can't accept fluids in. And now it's ready to go. Set it to mercury. And it should be able to store in this thing. And now if this guy is set to accept mercury, all I need to test now is that he's able to do it continuously, and it's not that he was set to output mode. Apparently he was set to output mode for whatever fluid he had. And there we go, we should see that it increased in mercury, and there's none in here. Perfect. Which that solves the problem in the most clunky way you could possibly imagine. I never thought I'd have to use a mercury adapter for something, but that's okay. We now have a new thing called mercury adapter. I don't even know what this is anymore. Mercury adapter? What kind of nonsense do we have to make to get shit to work? Okay. Well, now we're on to the next thing. And building a larger pipe net. This time, a mercury pipe net. Let's go ahead and grab out my wrench. And keep my tool there. Power tool. We're going to go to here. We're going to put a hole in the ground. And this will be part 1. Mercury. No. None. Don't set it to anything. None. Thank goodness. Because now I can connect it and continue to see my distance that I'm traveling. I wish I had longer pipelines that are larger pipelines too. Like, it would be cool if it was a larger, longer pipeline. Like 2 meters wide or some shit. Can travel 5,000 blocks on a single pipe. Still has max HBM throughput. Wonder if he's gonna ever change throughput on the piping. Because it's just infinite. Like, whatever you produce in one place flows through the pipes infinitely. I feel like Greg Tech really sucks because of that. If you do that, this is probably more than 10. Fucking shit. No! I said it's 9 meters, right? I saw it was 9 meters, right? Why isn't it 9 meters? pipe end? The pipe end. Okay, it does end. Noise. But now I can't find the fucking pipe. It's right here. Okay, guys. Piping. Absolute pain. Is this the mercury? Is the mercury connected? Hold on. Is this actually connected? It is. In the most awkward way possible. Somehow it is halfway connected? What kind of logic? I mean, it's kind of cool. This was not my doing. I did not make these pipes. But I did watch them get produced. I did say that, oh, hey, this is probably gonna work. It's fine. This is okay. I'm gonna just tear this one out. This might have actually been my doing. But now that I've come up with a better plan, we're just gonna run the better plan. Whatever plan is better, we're gonna stick with it. And you can see a uranium on that pipe, or on that conveyor. Meaning we've just received uranium, or processed some uranium up there. Well, we don't do U processing, we do PU processing. We do U processing down at the actual plant for U processing. U processing. That's goofy, but shut up. We're here to install the mercury pipeline of all time. Please install mercury pipeline. I would like to install mercury pipeline here. Yes. Connect. It does. And then just set everything to mercury. Oh, I just set to none. Oops. It's mercury piping. Mercury piping today, boys. Hell yeah, check that out. Mercury to glory. Mercury 249. The future of Mercuries. It's the 249th Mercury type. NATO. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, bro. NATO. This is greato. And then it should be receiving from there as well. We just need to set that one to be an ejection and not anything else. And then we can pipe it the mercury from the mercury setup. Okay, which is right there. Right there. Now we can set that to eject. If you set to eject, we should not see any mercury in his inserter, wherever that may be. He's still got mercury in there, but it's not going in. Now it's going in. Does it just need to have one right there? I guess it needs the one right there, just so it knows it's mercury. Okay, it's weird. They're acting weird. They're acting strange, but that's fine. We're gonna head over to here. We're gonna check out what's going on here. Check it out. Mercury, 69. Nice. This guy is also mercury. Fuck that shit, though. This guy's dash. All we have to do is connect a mercury pipe between the two. And I think we'll just do it in a classical way so I avoid using extra of those. We've already done enough nonsensical piping today. Let's make reasonably logical decisions with our pipes. This guy is set to green, so he can output and input. But that's a problem if you want to not have that happen or create any issues. Be smart with how you connect your stuff, and it will all be fine. But everything has to go through that. Hello. Is the server up? Did you check it out? Is it up? I'm pretty sure it should be up. I checked, but I haven't seen it update in a while, which is kind of weird. It should reasonably, like, update my system. Like, it should notify me every once in a while about stuff. Which is weird. It's not done it, so, kind of weird. The script, like, will tell me when it's been restarted, pretty much. If it hasn't restarted in a while, then, because it's literally been on the same restart in 2 hours thing. So I'm guessing the restart coding isn't running. Or is it? I don't know. It could have restarted and then, like, it takes 2 hours, you know? It's what it does. shit. Nice. Mercury's going well. Dash is going well. It's coming out of here. Nice! Look at that dash right there. We are officially like at the end game civilization standards right now. Like holy crap, we are producing tons of stuff in copious quantities. Now, of course, one thing that's really important is getting this sulfuric acid right back to where it started. So, yeah. It's time to go ahead and do that now. We could free up one of the machines, or a couple of the machines, if we start a new method of producing sulfur. I don't know why I'm digging this trench. This is really gonna be annoying later. So we're gonna set this sulfuric acid, run through the pipe. Every time I do this now, I have to set each pipe subsequently to sulfuric acid. That is okay. It's gonna be this one. Set it to sulfuric acid. It will connect. It's too fucking far away. How the fuck? No. That's not HBM, you suck. HBM, you suck. You suck. You suck, pipe anchor, HBM. Pipe error. Ah. 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 These are the most frustrating things, I think. When they do this dumb stuff. We can have these great things, but you know, if they don't just work, then it's how's it gonna be like Skyrim? It just works. That game just works. Man, this sucks. These pipes, they just suck. We're gonna go ahead and diagonal, and we're gonna go this way. Go to a diagonal and shoot down a block. Over here. Yes. One block here. This will be 10 meters, right? Watch this. 10 meters. Nope. Next one's gonna be too far away, guys. Too far away. Oh, stop. Right there. This one is too far away. I mean, this one is. Fluid types don't match. Fucking bullshit. This is why I always do it on none first. Please give me some extra dirt blocks. I kind of need those. Well that sucks. I lost some dirt blocks there. Okay. Make a connection here. Pipe wrench all the way to 9 meters, which is going to be right in the middle of this junction. 8 meters. 9 meters right there. That's like gonna cross over so many pipes. If you removed all of the grass and saw how many stupid piping setups I have going on under here. Good God, it must look like there's something, like some demons under the hood in this thing. I'm just saying, this thing is absolute madness. The piping is madness. Pipe types don't match. Suck it, nerd. Sulfuric acid pipeline is just ridiculous too. Just a part of the ridiculousness is the sulfuric acid pipeline. At least it's going right next to this one. That should make it a little bit more simple, right? Because now I can just find where that one's at and go, oh, there's probably some room for us to connect them right next to each other. It will also clutter things later when I go, I want to have a pipe right here. Please make a pipe right here. Okay, now it's the correct piping. Let's hope it says type so mash. Okay. Nice. Then I can just go over to here. Oh, it goes right there. Look at that. Just follow the nitric acid. Follow the nitric acid pipeline. You'll know where exactly where to put the sulfuric acid pipeline. Well, this is a sulfuric acid return pipeline. And, oh shit, I don't actually know where it's at this time. I would assume it's somewhere, like, in this general vicinity. If not, right here. All we have to do is dig up a block and we might find it. Which direction does it go from there? Kind of goes more this way. Okay, just walk a straight line and just dig down on this one. This one. This one. This one. This one. Which one is it? Which one has it? Well, if we see it go through here, which we don't. Oh, there it is. Nice. So it's right here. I thought it was more in the wrong direction. Cool. We're gonna keep going with our glorious pipeline. Pipe to glory, guys. Hell yeah. Also, I'm not sure... Okay, so if I mess this up, it's gonna suck. So let's not mess it up. Pretty sure that one... That one's the one. So then we just drill that out. Don't do that. That's not how we were supposed to do that. Place it in there. And then follow my pipeline. Nice. Click that one. This next one's gonna be under the road. Right about here. Cool. Set that one to sulfuric acid. Pipe through. Nice. Making progress with this. Making some real progress right here. Fix that. Oh shit, I need to actually grab that one. Need to actually grab this one. Nice, got it. Next pipeline. Continue onwards down the road. What am I looking at? That's the end point, right? So it just goes to the end point. Cool. Now it's easy, because this is the easy part. Now that I've gotten it across all of this shit, we got it through no man's land. Just connect it to a pipe over here, and it should plug right in. Set it to sulfuric acid. And pipe connection. Boom. Now we have sulfuric acid pipeline. We just need to have a sulfuric acid output at the end of the pipeline. Gonna head over and check that out. See why it's not outputting. Oh, that thing's running. That's cool. That's good to see. I like to see that. Turn this thing on to input and output. So now he's able to do that. We have, of course, our chlorine gas, which we're not really doing anything with right now. It's just a storage point for it, I suppose. We could use it for something at some point. Maybe hook it into the line with the chlorine gas pipe. Is there one for that? Or does this line just not have chlorine gas? To be honest, it probably doesn't have a chlorine gas pipe. Which one uses it? I think it's this one. Yeah, he just has a couple of these in there. He's fine. We don't really need it to run that fast. I mean, how much high-performance solvent do we even consume anyway? Not as much as regular solvent, which should be pretty much constantly running once I remove the light oil from that. So once we have that done, it should be good. Let's head over and check out what this guy is actually producing right now. And what our next step is going to be. So I'm pretty sure it goes acidizer to centrifuge. So we'll figure that out in a second. What's this at? Oh, that's fine. No of the other stuff. We'll use the non-metal to produce coal, if that makes sense. So now we have this. What can you do with it? You can do that. You can acidize it. Again. Really? Light metal. That's also earth. Why is the next step for acidized stuff? You just acidize and then you acidize. Hold on. Okay, we have our light metal bedrock fraction. We have our light metal bedrock ore fraction, roasted primary fraction. Oh, they're a little bit different. That's how you make it. But how you do? What do you do next? Centrifuge? Yes, centrifuge. Or you just put it in the centrifuge, guys. Just centrifuge it. If you have a doubt, centrifuge it out. And of course, remember, we're going to need to make more of the other things. Hoppers. Namely, hoppers. This also supplies us with iron. I'm not sure what we're going to do with the iron powder. See, the iron powder is kind of like a thing that I'm not sure what this product's going to be good for. It's like iron plates. We could just send it back over there to become motors. Or find another solution for it. Because maybe it does have some merit for usages and other methods. Hold on. Turn around 5 seconds. What am I doing? I'm thinking of the answer to the iron question, which is down in the basement. And it all begins at sulfuric, or trisulfide. And I remember the recipe for this being very odd. Okay, this is a very odd memory of the recipe. But this iron powder is going to go towards ferric shrabadate automation. If that's something we do. You all probably were not thinking the same thing, but now you all are on the same page. So let's go ahead and figure this out. What is this? Helium-4? Okay, we do have a bunch of that being produced anyway. Let's go ahead and just sneak around here. Slip on by. Oop, I don't mind that shit. That looks important. At least I know where I'm at, kind of. This goes into the helium-4 tank. This should be... Nope. This next one. Here we go. Sherbitic acid. I'm seeing the correct stuff. So I'm going to go here. I don't know how well you've automated this thing. So I'm going to just figure that we need to go around the back. Oh dear God. This entire site is used. Well, I could just put it through here. That's my contribution. Wait. Oh, you like to put them through the ground. I see. It's okay, I can do that too. Two can play at that game. I wonder how absolutely convoluted that is. Wait. They don't come from anywhere. What are these even? What is this? Sulfur? Helium. Where are you getting the inputs for that? Is that... Am I confused, or is this just you put it in there? You just put it in there? That's weird. I can literally automate this shit right now. Without any hassle. And then you're just putting that stuff in there. Okay, that's fair. I don't know how that works, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's above my pay grade right now. And so I probably should just not worry about it. Good. Cool. But that's weird that you would run a pipe under... You just not even conveyor into it. I mean, I guess it looks fine, but like... Still, we could actually just, you know, do regular conveying. Regular conveyance for convenience sake. I suppose I'm about to deny that possibility when I run my conveyor through here. But I'll leave a bit of a gap so you have space to automate those as you need. So I'm going to go ahead and... It's maintenance? Oh. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to be done today. I'm going to save and quit the title.